Because I'm worth it.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. What's up? Sorry, we were waiting for our third co-host, but I think she may be having internet issues. So we're just gonna start, and she will hop in soon. But how's everyone doing? So sorry that we're late.
You're gonna have to let me know if you can hear this.
Dungeon Daddy.
Yeah. Who is that?
That's a rude eye.
Oh my god! What? Sounds like a I don't know, like a teenager or something. Wow. Did he purposely say it like that for you? Like
No, he did a tabletop character where and this is why, right? Literally, the stream ended and he goes and talks to chat and he goes to the super chats and stuff. So I'd walked away, came back to the computer, pressed the audio, and literally the only thing I heard was hang on, I literally typed the exact thing I said. And it is bizarre. If I could find it.
Mark said Dungeon Daddy.
Where is it? Oh, Savvy's just typed a load of crap in it.
You got buried in the group chat.
Yeah, it's like there's a load of pictures and stuff. You know, really useful things. But oh yeah, I just clicked the stream audio and instantly heard a rude eye say, they bang it out and make load of babies. So I went back and tried to find the context for that.
You're like, I need more.
No, it got worse. And I'm like, this doesn't help at all. So then I listened afterwards, and he's on about, I am the glue that makes people stick together in relationships. You know, I really cover them in that glue. They're really covered in the glue. And I'm like, what is happening? And then he goes, yeah, it's because I played the character called Dungeon Daddy. And I'm like, wait.
Oh no,
what?
That's funny.
It's almost as good as in Rings of Power, where Galadriel starts squeaking. I'm like, what is happening?
Oh yeah, well, we can probably talk about that a little bit. I haven't watched Rings of Power. I don't plan on it, but
I could probably add that to the soundboard as well.
What? The Rings of Power.
Galadriel squeaking. I'm like, what is that noise?
I just got a soundboard. I use a Stream Deck though for, you know, sound effects like that, but I got a soundboard to help like my mic and stuff and, you know, be able to mess with the levels that way.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta hook it up though. I got it right before I left for Toronto, so I haven't had the chance to play with it. But what's up, everybody? We got quite a few super chats here. There's a lot of Mozzas here today. I didn't know that he had so many like siblings. I don't know if it's siblings or children or he's multiplying.
Him and the squirrels are going to take over the world, and then there'll be a war to see who's more dominant between Mozza and the squirrels. Can he outsmart a squirrel? Stay tuned.
I hope it gets fixed, Mark. That really stinks. I know they were having issues the other day. Canada,
this is why. Internet. If this is like, I just get like a 5G router and just get like a mobile contract which has 5G on it and just use it as like a backup internet. It is amazing. I don't have broadband, so I upload all my videos off 5G because it's way faster than whatever my internet is. It's useful.
Oh, you know what, Malty? Good point, because it is very useful. But I was reading Malty's message because we were just talking about this.
At my own.
Oh, he makes himself laugh. But I told him
Someone's
he should stream it if he plays it. The what is it called? The shooting squirrel? What is the name of the game again?
I think it's literally called Squirrel with a Gun.
Squirrel with a Gun. Yeah.
I mean, it's basic, but it tells you know exactly what you're gonna get with that game.
That's gonna be Disbrew if he ever moves to America. Squirrel with a Gun.
Yes, I will have my squirrel army.
Donald J. Mozza. Why does it fit so well? The face.
Yeah, they've CGI'd the face.
They did a good job. For $9.99, you know these ladies and Disparu. Have you heard of Disparu? He's a great guy. Oh, sorry, I should read this like Donald Trump. You know these ladies and Disparu. Have you heard of Disparu? He's a great guy. He's a Brit too, but don't hold that against him. Anyway, they have the best Saturday podcast. Many people are saying it. I
Hang
didn't
on.
say it
No,
with his
how is that
accent,
your
but
Trump impression?
no, that's just me talking like him without the voice. That's how he would
Yeah. Is that,
pronounce
you know
everything.
these ladies and Disparu?
You know these
Have you
ladies-
heard of Disparu? He's a great guy. He's a Brit
That's
too,
your-
but
that's
but
your-
you cannot hold him against him. Anyway, you
How
have the
about you
best
still-
Saturday podcast. Nobody's ever seen podcast like it. It's the best podcast. Everybody says so. No, everybody agrees. Nobody
the British
disagrees.
I was being
He
feeded.
always does this. Have you seen the meme where they put like I can't remember the instrument, but it's like the squeaky thing, and it literally just went through his speeches as he's doing this and just put like musical noises to it.
Was it an accordion?
Yeah, that's the one. I couldn't think of the name.
Yeah, no, I was China. I was doing female Trump and you did British Trump. I think we absolutely nailed it.
if you combine us together, you become more powerful than we could ever possibly imagine.
Like Mozza, who is also Kim Jong Mozza.
Mm-hmm.
For
Obviously.
$1.99. Your
who
supreme
else
leader
would he be?
approves of this podcast. Thank you. And also, sorry, Greg, I missed your member message. Favorite Ghostbuster movies, or favorite Ghostbusters, from the franchise and the ghosts. My favorite movie is the first one.
That is way too Ghostbuster heavy for a
I
movie
know,
that I
honestly,
haven't
my
seen since I was
favorite-
like 8.
My favorite is the first, and I like all three of them. I can't really I'm sorry, all four of the original Ghostbusters. So
Yeah, I've not seen the new ones. I saw.
I have
How many of the original ones were there with like the main guys? Because I've
three
seen
with the
at least
main
2.
guys. There's
I'm
three
not
with
sure
the
if I've
main
seen
guys.
The third. I
The first one's my favorite.
think the one I
classic.
remember the most. Yeah, but I've not seen the first one enough to really comment. But I can still remember one with the painting. I still remember that one where there's like goo underneath the city
That's
or something.
the second one.
Yeah, I think that's the one I've seen the most. And
Okay.
Basically the only one I can remember.
Yeah, that's
There's like
the
a
second
pram that
one.
flies out a window or something. Oh, is the first one the marshmallow man or the tire
Stay
one or
Puft.
whatever it is?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I remember the end of that.
I'm super excited for Halloween Horror Nights. I don't know when I'm gonna go, but they have a Ghostbusters house. And they even have like a snack that has a Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. Like that's like it's just huge. I'm not gonna be able to eat that whole thing, but yeah, I'm excited.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, I wasn't sure.
he just got so.
Well, no,
Hello?
because
Did somebody say
the,
something in the chat?
the Roadcaster went into a different mode, and I'm like, hang on, what's happening now?
Yeah. So there's. You were saying. I'm sorry. You were saying that with the originals, because all of the originals, there's only 2. So, and then the third one was the one that they were kind of in, and then the fourth one was the Frozen Empire. That just came. I can't remember the third one.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
3 and 4
So
are
yeah,
the modern
2
ones. I've not seen any of the
Yes.
modern ones.
Yeah, 2. Yeah,
I've not even
2
seen the one with all
were-
women in it.
Me neither. I have no why.
I heard it was awful.
I knew it was
But
gonna be.
that was before I'd got into cringe. I think I was still watching like
He's
with
like,
the
I missed
CW
that
series
one,
out at
man.
that point. I think I was watching them instead.
Yeah. Sorry. I already read that one. There's
That was in Rings of Power.
what the heck? And you said that as soon as X-Ray popped in.
Hi. What?
Did you hear that?
Yeah?
I need to increase the volume. That's in Rings of Power. That's at the start. Celebrimbor gets like wrapped up in vines and like
And moans?
Oh,
as
he was
gets
thinking
pulled
of
into the tree,
Anatar.
she just goes, and I'm like, that is a noise that should not be around Sauron. I'm telling you.
She's like,
Oh.
maybe I
Stop
should have.
Galadriel makes those noises. That's what
I-
I'm hearing.
You'll recognize this one as well.
Dungeon Daddy.
I didn't know who that was. I was like, he sounds like a teenager.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Do you have your away set up right now?
Yeah, so
In
it's
another
so
room?
weird.
Oh,
Only my hard line, so I think there's an issue with the hard lines.
no.
Yeah, it was not working, and all the Wi-Fi's are down in the basement. This is my old like room that I used to stream in. So we have to get them to come fix whatever the hardline issue is. So I'm here.
Oh, geez. Well, I'm glad you're here. You missed a
you've-
couple of chats. There's a lot of Mozzas. We had 5 Mozzas. We had Kim Jong Mazza, Donald J. Mazza. Now we're on to D-Day Mazza. Oh my god.
Well, that is nightmare
wait.
fuel.
Can we?
Nightmare
Is there a way
fuel.
to make the picture larger or
Bigger?
not?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, that
Okay,
is
I'm gonna
nightmare
maximize it on the
fuel.
screen.
It looks too real. Like it looks like Jeremy's son. Join me tonight, ladies, for an emergency no bra test.
Mozza, do you ever wear a bra though?
Well, wow. Probably
There's
for
still
the best.
2 more. There's still 2 more.
He
Wait
doesn't
for
want to be
it.
playing swing football.
Tom Mazza Cruz for 199. Xenu demands you like the
Wait, I need to
stream. You want to see this one? Why do they all fit?
Strangely, his face fits very well on Tom Cruise.
He fits on all of them. Hold on, we're not done
Mozza,
yet.
you're
No,
just you're a face that fits everywhere.
Well, the last one, the D-Day Cobra one, just looked like Mozza, but that one looks like Mozza's face on Tom Cruise, which is even a bit stranger.
And Fear the Chin for 99. Was that a super sticker? I don't
I'm
think
gonna
it
say
was.
it's
Thank
a
you for the.
sticker.
I think so. Thank you for the 99-cent super sticker. And then here, last but not least, we have Durag Mazza for 199.
That is also nightmare fuel. Why is every Mozza nightmare fuel? I don't understand.
Wait, hold on. I'm not skipping any super chats, guys, but we just got to get this one because there's now Mazza Knoxville for $5. Mazza
Who is
Militia.
making
Mazza is
this?
now. I don't know. I know it's not actually Mazza.
I
No
appreciate that
idea.
they're committed to the bit. That's why.
Hey,
No half
that's off to you.
measures.
Excuse me.
So how are you doing, X-Ray?
I'm
I miss
good.
you. It's been a week, and
I know. I was actually thinking, like, was Toronto Fan Expo last week? It was.
It feels like last year.
Oh, my mic is so loud. I don't. Okay, let me lower it.
Oh,
then.
is it?
Sorry.
You sound okay to me. Not too loud.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this end.
It is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna change the auto adjust, and I'll put a 66. Chat, let me know if that's perfect or not.
We just get quiet. Let me know.
We're just waiting. We're waiting. You know.
We're waiting.
I also just realized it looks like I'm naked. I'm not naked.
She's
I'm
got a
wearing a
shirt
Oh,
on.
yeah, with the
Dirty
hair.
birdies.
Yeah.
You dirty birdies. Look,
I
I'm
I
dressed.
just weirdly found out I could loop the Galadriel moan, so it'd just be rapid
Oh no!
fire.
Please don't.
I could even loop Dungeon Daddy.
Can
Oh,
you do the like 3 moans and then say Dungeon Daddy at the end?
It'd probably be better the other way around, but we can't. Hang on, I need to hear
Wait,
it. This
which
is-
would be better? I don't know now.
Dungeon
Oh my-
Daddy.
This for her who's
Yeah,
not
you're right.
buttons.
Dungeon Daddy and then the Galadriel.
Yeah.
Daddy, chill.
If it was
I see
if I
that.
edited it a bit more to cut off the gap at the start, because I was like, well, the gap won't matter because it's just that. But
That's
if you
what
want
she
to get that, then yeah, you'd.
Damn.
I
Sorry.
could edit that easily enough.
I felt like we needed a damn.
Damn.
But Malty, thank you for being a member for 13 months. Good evening, Wicked and Disparoo.
Disparoo.
Why did I just sound like a dog? Roo. That hat looks familiar. Saucy hat.
Sushi.
Showashi. Looking at your son. You want to read this one, Papa Disparoo?
Paparoo.
Paparoo?
Hola, wicked. Hello, stepdad.
Polo?
Hope all is well. Let's get
Wow.
saucy.
What am I? Chop liver?
Dungeon Daddy.
You were-
You weren't here.
You weren't
Wow,
here
yeah.
yet.
Just
Okay,
like my own
everyone-
dad.
Oh.
Car-
No.
Maybe Carlos's dad? Why am I looking for a stepdad now? I don't know Carlos.
Oh, try both. Everybody chill.
Chat chill.
Hold on. You know
Like a
what?
racist dog.
9999.
That's how we tell you all to chill.
I'm improving it.
You're
We have the
improving
technology.
it. No, I love how he said the racist bell right before.
Yeah, every time.
Oh, but how have you been liking your little woke adventures, X-Ray?
Oh my god. It's
Is
been
it
fun.
the greatest game ever made or what?
So at the beginning of the week when I was like
He should not have buttons.
I can shrink it down.
So all Disper has to do is press one button, and she makes that noise.
Yeah. It's just about knowing which buttons to push.
Hey!
Otherwise, you end up with a dungeon daddy, and it's like, no, that was wrong.
Oh my gosh! So at the
Nobody
beginning of the week,
expects the dungeon daddy.
cringe was like actually making me feel more sick. So Dustborne was killing me. Watching Rings of Power felt like that was killing me. And then Thursday rolls around. I'm starting to get better. Thank God. But Dustborne is fun to make fun of because there's literally so many things about that game that are like on the nose. So on the nose that the nose has inverted in your fingers and your brain type of thing.
Yeah, I see it. It's the same as Barbie. Remember when Barbie came out and people were like, oh no, it's actually based? And it's like, it isn't. It's just honest. And so because it's honest about what they do and you look at it from the other side, you think they're saying it's evil. It's like, no, we're actually doing this and it's good. It's exactly the same with Dustborne. Everything you look at and go, this is really on the nose. This is horrific. Why are you admitting to this?
That's how they feel.
Yeah, they're like, this is amazing. Like, we can now cancel people. We can separate you from your friends. We can bully you into submission. Look at the power we have.
Can
and you're like, oh my God, you are evil.
We can make you feel bad about yourself. There's so many things wrong. There's a point in the game where you get a thing called a meme machine. Okay. And I'm thinking, okay, so it's something about memes, but then the meme machine allows you to see echoes. And when you find the echoes are like these evil voices that say bad things and make people feel pain and make them angry and hateful and spiteful. Now, the one word that was missing was those echoes are part of the echo chamber / the whispers are part of the whisper network. So once you get rid of it, people are happy again. But if you've been too long with those echoes and those whispers, there's irreversible damage. Like I said, when it's on the nose, it's really on the nose.
Yeah.
That's what they truly think.
That's insane. Are you gonna finish the game or?
I might. We'll see.
The reason I never played it is I think Savvy just said it's incredibly boring. Like if it was just condensed cringe, then fine. But every time you those really honest bits seem to be separated by just a load of talking.
It's a lot of it's like basically choose your own adventure, but like the adventure is like stupid.
Yeah, like a Telltale game kind of
thing. You don't act like there's a little bit of combat, but the combat is like a joke in comparison to like something like, I don't know, Elden Ring or I'm trying to think of something that's like on the middle ground of fighting.
I can't just believe
like
you just
Mortal
Kombat to
Kombat. I don't know. Well, that there's Shakespeare, which is Elden Ring, and then there's Dustborne, which is not even fan fiction at this rate. I will say Outlaws is better.
It is interesting though when people started finding out that it was funded by various different like governments and things. I'd say because who else would pay for this? Like seriously.
Americans paid for it. Norwegian people pay for it. I think British people paid for it.
I'm not sure if we did because the EU paid for it and we're not.
Oh, you're not part of the EU, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if they'd asked, they would have got some money.
Yeah,
but it's like Robin Hood. Robin Hood was exactly the same. It's got, oh, we're victims. Look at us. The police are coming after us, and then turned out it was funded by the government. I'm like, why? These are people literally going, the police, literally your arms of the state going through society, and you're funding shows saying that your own institutions are basically evil and you should just go out and steal. And I'm like, why are you funding that as sort of the institution? You're literally funding your own demise. It's wild.
So I just I'm very happy that people were enjoying it, making fun of it.
I think your approach was like the best.
Let's just
let's
make it
so funny.
Yeah, well, and then everything that's woke that happens, just try to make fun of it. Yeah. Plus, the songs are probably the best part. I wanted to go through them and actually write out the lyrics of the songs. I'll do that as a project for next week, and we can go through that. But by then, the game will be
actual good songs or good songs to make fun of.
No,
Of course,
No.
there's not good songs in this.
What?
No.
A good song from a game like that? Heck
That's
no.
true.
I
Fair
have
enough.
found out though. This is another thing I found out when I
am
was watching that
Dustborne,
stream. Arudai has set up a music YouTube channel with various different AI generated. I'm hoping they're supposed to be funny because
No.
otherwise they've got some weird titles.
Well, wait until
Oh,
it gets dark,
Mike.
Is that the noise you make when you hear Mike or see Mike?
Dungeon Daddy.
He makes both those noises.
Oh!
Oh my god. You sounded more like you got startled. Like,
What?
Well, that is what Galadriel's thing is. She's having essentially a hallucination in public in front of people. Sees Celebrimbor get stabbed through the chest, and her response is to make that noise. I'm sorry. I don't know what the direction was, but I think they got it wrong. You weren't seeing Sauron, you were seeing Celebrimbor, the granny.
Oh my god. Kelly Grandma. It's actually okay. Well, we'll get there, but it's funny to see how easily deceived he is.
let's bring this up real quick before we switch from Dustborne. I just thought it was funny. Disparu put it in the group chat. He's like, bro, just DM them.
Wait, can you
Oh,
make
yeah,
it bigger?
it-
I can't see it.
Yeah.
It's the viewership numbers. So underneath
Whoa!
is the thread that they said to our community, and some guy just went, "No, just DM them. There's like 31 of them. It's
Like,
easier.
you had-
You could send them a letter. I'd be fine."
You had 83 as your peak.
Yeah. Well, this is the whole thing. It was the same with the Acolyte. There's more of us. Gets cancelled. There is not more of you. You're lunatics. Very, very
That's-
fringe, extreme lunatics.
And you have to put in mind when I was playing Dustborne, I believe Melanie was playing Dustborne, and then
Oh yeah.
there's a couple streamers out there who are making fun of the game.
Asmund Gold said
that's
he wanted to
also-
play it. Like the more people see it, the more people
You had
want to just
500
play it to take the
watching?
piss.
At one point, yeah.
Oh.
You
It was
probably
the
had more people
cosplay.
watching you than anyone had ever played the game.
Yeah,
Probably.
Absolutely. All concurrent, the entirety of the game that it's been out. We probably had that many. And I know Madam Savvy had like crazy numbers too. So it's just people, it's just like how we're watching cringe TV shows and we're watching
Yes.
people react to it more than actually watching the show. Ugh. So,
And especially with stuff like this where it's kind of, because I've seen so many people, like YouTubers and stuff, I think Asmund Gold even did it, where he showed clips and people were like, oh, so this is a parody. It's like, no,
it's for real.
this is serious. But everybody that watched it, because it's so honest, because it's so recognizable, just assumes that it's a parody. And we've kind of transcended that now, where it's been said before, but essentially the comedy is now just repeating back what they're saying. They've become the joke themselves.
God, it's
Yeah.
so sad. They think
Uh-huh.
this is the big FU to all the gamers.
Well,
Sad.
what was the bit? It was it was
What is
some
Red
line in
Thread?
there, and
Who's
it's like
the
you're
company?
It was something like you're not welcome in our community. It's like your community is like 31 people. Nobody wants to be in your
Yeah,
community.
There's
and
like 5
if
of you.
anything-
I'm good.
I've supported your community more than your own community.
This says that zero tolerance for hate speech, harassment, and threats of any kind. Those who engage in such behavior will be removed from our community. Well, then who's gonna watch your game?
No one's in
No one's
there in the
gonna watch
first
the
place. It's like,
Yeah.
Who are you
Yeah.
kicking out? And how
Well,
are you even gonna gatekeep them in the first place? Like, say they watch X-Ray Girls stream and they're like, we don't like this. Okay. What are you gonna do?
Okay.
It's like they think they've got a pub somewhere and they're like, you're barred. It's like, I'm not even in your pub. This is digital. You can't stop people. I don't know what their plan is. No, my community. People that follow you on Twitter? I mean, what's even the plan here?
That's I only watched a little bit of X-Ray playing because I thought she looked so cute in her cosplay.
I mean, the wigs are the wig without the pigtails does look really scary, and it's wild and to see the difference between what short hair looks like, and then when you put pigtails on, all of a sudden transformation, you look so much better.
You were
Yeah,
like,
because you look more feminine. Which is why they despise long hair and things like pigtails and everything else. Why they go for short hair, because also short hair is far more aggressive. It's not just
Oh, I felt
masculine.
aggressive.
If
with
you
the
put
short
short hair
purple
on
hair.
a woman, she looks angrier.
She was a
I mean, they
millennial
genuinely are
Karen
angrier, but-
with the purple hair.
I mean, the purple pink hair was cute. Still, it was way too cute. It had to
The
be
color was
like,
cute.
it had to be way shorter. I had to get that like weird. I need a
Like the
pixie cut
actual-
one.
What- You just need, like,
Oh,
a
good luck
side
in your hair
shave.
in that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, well, let me get some
I
of
don't
these
think
super
I can.
chats, guys. No, go ahead, keep talking. I'm like, we're getting deep into the convo, and I meant to get a couple more of these before we started, but
I blame Dustborne and Mozza.
yeah. Well, yeah. There's
Always
there's
blame
still
Mozza.
more. There's still more Mozzas. I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 more just popped up in the super chats, but we'll see.
If there's ever a nuclear war that ends the world, as the rocket's coming down, just about to hit me in the face, I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna
Hey,
hide
Mozza.
behind Mozza because Mozza will survive.
He will survive.
Yeah, like, well, they're only cockroaches. They're immune to nuclear
And
radiation.
Mozza. Cockroaches and Mozza. GJJ's been a member for 9 months. Hail all. Thank you so much. Mark of Reality for 5. Does Mozza have a sigil with a ferocious looking squirrel on it? No.
That's
What would
Disparate.
Mozza
Should.
be? It would probably be a ferocious like koala bear or something. They actually are ferocious though, aren't they? Koala
Why? Because
bears.
he's got syphilis.
No,
No,
koalas
because
have herpes.
Australia.
Oh, or is it syphilis?
It's Australia, not because he has
That's
any.
the only thing I know about koalas. They're all just like infected with
No,
everything.
because they're in Australia. Gee. Thank you, Mark. And oh my goodness, Psychotic Mongoose just gifted 5 memberships, and GJJ gifted 10. Thank you so much.
Oh
my Yes, queen.
You're the dungeon daddy, GJJ.
Yeah, and Psychotic Mongoose, Dungeon Day.
Yeah, dungeon daddy's in the chat.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that one.
You are. Ken, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Wicked Virtue looking lovely and Disprove handsome as always. Nice to see you. Thank you. These are and look at I was gonna say,
Nice
actually
to see
wasn't here.
you, Ken.
Hold on, there we go. And for
Forgotten the-
Canadian too, lovely X-ray girl, nice to see you. Ken
Thank
didn't
you,
forget about
thank
you, don't
you.
worry. She was about to cry.
I know.
What about me? She wasn't. Could we just appreciate that even with internet issues, she wasn't even 10 minutes late. So we're just. She was like, I
I
need
could
to
have
be there.
continued to diagnose it, but I didn't want to miss out on the show.
Yeah, it's okay. You're always here, so you're
I
good.
try.
Jason Webster for Australian 5. Thank you. Hi to the beautifully vivacious X-ray girl. This word again. Remember me? Just prove they're like
Perspicacious. Yeah, perspicacious.
Perspicacious.
all of us stumbled on that one. We have to look it up every week, I think.
It's because it's that ick bit in the middle. That's the problem.
Perspicacious. Or is it cacious?
No, cacious.
Cacious? Okay.
I don't think anyone really pronounces the I in that.
Learning with Saucy Saturdays. And Disparu with his sardonic humor. I always want to feel like it's gonna say like satanic or something because I see the SA
Hey, that
and then
fit as
A.
I
well.
could totally see satanic humor with Disparu.
Saucy
Yeah,
Saturdays to
I have a
brighten the day.
really,
Thank
really
you.
dark sense of my sense of humor is so bad it essentially got banned. Like nobody does my sense of humor anymore,
Okay.
so we have to
Well,
make do.
and if Disparu with his sense of humor might get arrested in his own country.
But, like I've sent jokes to Mike before, and I'm like, this is gonna be really rough.
And Raider with the 64
it's stuff you could never say.
83. Thank you.
Saucy.
Oh,
I-
thank you, Raider.
I've actually split up with people because I told a joke and they're like, my parents are nearby. And it was so bad. They're like, no, this is disgusting. And I'm like, this is hilarious.
oh my.
It caused a
I
massive
wasn't ready for
fight.
that.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
I
we should
forgot
I've
about it.
lost
This was years
friendships
ago,
over my
but-
humor, okay? I mean,
Yeah.
same. No, I'm kidding. Maybe. I don't know. I did realize that growing up in like high school and stuff, I had some pretty soft friends because we're not friends anymore. I'm like, well, you can't handle the heat.
Well,
get
I-
out.
mine was up through the 90s, and it was like offensive humor was what everybody liked.
It
And
was
then
like,
just
didn't we-
it was sort of in the 2000s onwards that you like slowly went down and down and down to the point where you can't say
everyone got offended. Like we were talking, was it last week that we were talking about how like all of the movies and shows that we watched, even into the early 2000s, like they would say like retarded, and it wasn't like actually calling someone mentally handicapped. It was just like, well, I'm not retarded. Like, you know what I mean? It was like,
But the thing is, especially
it
that's a
was-
legitimate word. Like you can still use that word. Retarded development is a legitimate term. So I don't even understand what the problem is.
it's
'Cause
because
they
everyone
get
just wants to be mad.
offended with their feelings. Sorry.
Or same like when we speak, that's gay. We didn't. Now it's like we weren't
I
talking
mean,
about
up
like,
north,
oh,
gay just means own a coat.
what?
That's what it is.
What?
It's like
Owning a coat?
No, Jimmy Carr's used to walk out on stage. It's like, look, I know how I look, but I'm not gay, unless you're from Newcastle. In which case, gay means owns a coat.
Oh.
It
We
was
still don't get
literally
it.
like, oh, just go out in the rain. Just go out and why do you need a coat? Why? You don't want to get wet? It was literally that kind of attitude.
Huh.
So, this is, I tell you, never discuss comedy around women.
Matt,
Shut up!
Porky.
You're gay.
Stop being gay.
One thing that has happened though, with the decline of the acceptable window of comedy, it's made
Thank you,
more
Mad
things
Master
funny.
Porky.
It's made
be-
and it's made shows less funny, which is sad. I miss the good
No, I
old
don't think it has.
comedy movies.
Because comedy revolves around offense. And so the more things you say you can't say, all of those things immediately become funny. And so what's actually funny, because I still find stuff like the really dark stuff funny, but now I've got all this other stuff I can't say,
Yeah.
which is even more
But
fun.
we can't do things like white chicks now, like humor like that. Well, not that being
American
Don't you know
comedy
Wasteland
movies I never
All
liked, so.
I love
But, like,
one of my favorite lines
Tropic
in that.
Thunder was probably the
Oh,
last great,
yeah.
like, crazy humor movie that I can remember. I think that. At
Oh,
least
that won't be able to be
Hollywood-wise.
made now. Like white chicks probably because it's not offensive
Because
because
it's whiteface
yeah.
instead of
I
blackface.
love the line where he's like, "Didn't someone tell you this is an all-white party?" Like, I love
Dan,
white
why are
chicks.
you talking about where
Dan.
you are right now?
You want
Damn.
There you go. Is that what
you
I
wanted
that
to
your
have a
genuine
mental image
reaction?
of him in the shower.
Is
that
that what
your
you do before
reaction
you get in the shower? No, no, that's what he wants. I'm leaving.
Can you play the
Nah.
clip?
Defeated the
Just
raid
for
boss.
you? This is. Can you play the clip? Press that button.
Which one?
The dungeon.
Come on.
Dungeon
multiple
Daddy.
I don't know. It's just so funny. I need that clip.
Oh wait, you know what? Dan and
Dungeon
X-Wing,
Daddy.
they like to watch streams and
In the shower? That is
Yeah.
disgust.
they watch streams in the shower. I
Together?
don't-
You're trying
I
to
mean,
make conversation. What?
he's bored in the shower.
Do you like phone people up? He's like, all right, Dad. Just in the shower. It's like, that's
I'm
a weird
bored.
conversation.
This is my
What are you
favorite time
doing?
to ponder my thoughts and talk to converse with
It's like,
people.
so what are you doing?
Or is
What-
this
what
where he
that
comes up
noise?
with his
getting
music
in
because
the shower.
everybody sounds better in the bathroom? Everybody sings in the shower. Even Dan Vask sings in the shower.
My shampoo bottles all clap for me after I do the Celine Dion My Heart Will Go On.
There was legitimately, I think it was an opera singer who's like, no, the acoustics in a shower are just amazing. Like, people spend billions building like the Sydney Opera House to get basically the same acoustics that you have in your shower.
Shower
But it-
singing.
Oh no.
Oh, I bet he sings in the shower now.
Of course he does. I mean, unless it's like a
Disparu's
busman's
like everyone
holiday.
does. Do you sing what song? What's your go-to shower song, Disparu? What do you sing?
No,
in
I
the
said, of course,
shower?
Dan does because he can
You
sing. But
in
then,
the stop,
then I
don't
thought it might
change
be
the subject.
it might be like a busman's holiday, right? Because him singing in the shower would be like me watching Rings of Power in the shower, right?
What?
It's like you're there on your own. He's like, oh no, I need to fit in some more cringe. So he probably wants a break when he's in the shower.
He changed the subject because he's like, of course he does. Like everyone does, but then he changed the
No, of
subject. I want
course
to know
he
what Disparu's
does.
sing. Okay.
Wait, is this for real? Oh, 1 second.
I don't know. We can't see your screen.
It keeps moving.
Wait, really? You're not on Twitter right now?
Oh no, he
Damn,
can't because they blocked it.
Yeah.
Every-
It's a
No.
$9,000 a day fine for using a VPN to bypass the restriction.
Here, this is what I was looking at.
Wow.
Dan got
Oh,
caught licking feet on Twitter.
That's what she was shocked about, not the government
I
thing.
saw a video today. It might have been Mike that posted it actually I think it was Mike that posted it, of somebody on a motorbike riding past a car, and the car person had their foot out the window, and they did a drive-by foot lick.
A drive-by footing?
That
Foot
seems like a
lick.
Dan Bask thing to do.
They
to be
licked
honest.
the foot on the bike as they rode past.
I think I've seen that video.
I don't know why this exists. I don't know why it ended up in my feed.
It's on Epic Mike's Twitter.
There you go.
Excuse me.
I was
That
like,
sounds like
I
a
curate my
soundbite.
Twitter feed quite well to
That's
the
a
point where
soundbite.
my feed is essentially things I want to see,
on, let me
and
see.
then I just get hit with that.
Hold
I
on.
spent a long time blocking
Epic
anybody that shared like random
Mike.
shootings and stuff, because at one point it was all over the place. Well, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
If you want to help Brazil support Trump, will that actually help Brazil?
Why is he
though?
going to invade?
That's what that's what I'm questioning. I don't understand that.
I don't know, but I agree with that message.
Aw.
Yeah, I
There you
think
go.
that's what he's essentially. It's like it's sending a message. Essentially
Epic Mike
to the
said it
world.
was him that licked the feet.
No, it was him that posted the video of the foot.
No,
Which
it
is
was
where I
definitely
saw
No,
it.
he licked the foot.
feet. I could see
No,
Mike
there was
doing
no
that.
afro in this video.
This was in his younger years when he
Oh no.
shorter
Oh,
shaven.
I paused it right at the worst time. Okay, hold on. Or the best for the people who like feet. Here you go. Sorry, there's people in the chat were asking for it.
How
Blame
on
Mike.
earth
Is
did
that
you
a
find
girl's
this
foot?
video
Oh,
so
yeah.
fast?
It is. What if it was a
Oh,
guy,
Mike's.
like just some chunky guy that's got a nice foot paint?
Oh my god! Do you think they planned it?
Yes, obviously. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, that face! That face he's making, like, ugh, yummy, oh,
Mm.
I want
I
to do
mean,
that
look,
again.
he's a huge fan of cheese.
Ew.
Oh. What's worse, foot cheese or crotch cheese?
Ah.
Crotch cheese.
The crotch cheese.
I mean, probably. They're all it's all nasty. Everyone take a shower.
Damn
Make
it.
sure you watch your
You can
crevices.
sing at the same time. He gets to practice.
It's Dennis.
Y'all don't want to know
Oh
what
my-
goes on in my mind because that's just.
Well, let me get some more of these super chats because we're already falling
I think
behind
about
right
some
now.
weird things, okay?
I got a passion fruit one, by the way. Are those still from last week?
Yeah, I just pulled it out of my car. I haven't actually gotten my car since I got home.
Really? You got your
Yeah.
car for a week?
Yeah,
I
well,
took so long to drink the whiskey, then the fumes started attacking my eyes. I was like, wait,
Ooh.
why? Why are my
your
eyes
eyes drunk?
burning?
Wait.
Well, no, it's because at the cup, so all the fumes come up, and then I suddenly were like, my eyes are burning. I was like,
Oh, Disbrew, when you get super drunk, I don't know if you do this, but do you get the weird like droopy, skinny eyes, like Asian looking?
I
Like
mean,
this?
you'd know better than me. I've been on the
You
stream
just
drunk
get
enough.
angry. That's all I know.
He doesn't really get angry. He just gets more British. Which
No,
I guess
no.
could be
He gets
angry.
He gets
Yeah, I'm not an angry drunk.
not angry.
It's more the filter goes away. So I would get into arguments, but I would get into arguments with people I think are stupid. So
Because I was gonna say you're
actually,
not
no, it's not anger.
confrontational.
It's just like more passionate. So I will argue more things rather than just like letting it
We'll
go.
argue, okay. Because you're passionate. But you don't
yeah,
get like this.
It's literally just the filter that goes. So it's more just like purified thought. There's no kind of hesitation or anything. It's like, no, I think this. I'm saying it.
MTV Steve, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Hi, Wicked. Hi, Disbrew. Sup, X-Ray. I'm trying to be saucy. I had surgery last week, still recovering. Oh, well, I hope
Ooh.
you feel better
Yeah,
soon.
don't drink if you're on.
Yeah, please
Pills or
Yeah,
don't.
on
whatever.
antibiotics, please no.
You're the sauciest post-surgical patient I've ever had.
Wow.
There you go. Actually, that's untrue because I
He
got
very
like,
aggressively pushed that button too. He's like,
It
No,
seemed like the
moment.
right moment for it. I'm like, oh, no.
there was a patient.
there
I
you go,
remember.
Disbrew.
I'm in the shower.
God.
But he said that ages ago. Unless
He's
you
still in
say
the
it again, he's like,
shower.
no.
He wants to
I need them
remind
to
you.
definitely know they're in the shower. Like
I
I'm
need
still
you
in
to
the
know
shower.
this.
I've now got out of the shower.
Can we
I
get a
have the towel.
play-by-play?
Where
Okay.
would
Yeah,
you
go
like me to
ahead.
rub it? And like how
What?
bad in description are we
Excuse
gonna
me?
get? What?
Wait, has anyone ever done like when you dry yourself? Do you do like head to toe?
Yes.
or do you do like the?
Because the feet dry
I do
themselves. When you step on the towel, your feet automatically dry themselves.
When
Do you
I'm a girl,
wash
so I
your
gotta try.
legs?
Yes. Oh, you know what?
No, the water runs down.
I
them.
don't wash
was
my
gonna-
legs either.
I do.
Yeah,
I
the
wanted
water
to
runs
ask
down
this.
them.
Listen. I scrub everything, feet, legs. But I had seen it was a podcast that people were talking about this, and some people were so grossed out, and they're like, "You don't." It's like, no, the soap falls down my legs,
Yeah.
so I don't have to. I have like a
Mhm.
nice loofah that I use to do the. I don't know.
Oh, when I
like to
scrub, yeah, but that's
scrub
like
the legs
2 times a week.
And he said Homer prison to Dan.
Yeah, but like
Sorry.
I hit all the like of
Is
course
he
my
holding the
face,
soap or not?
but I don't wash like this area. Not really. I like
Really,
don't
I
consciously.
scrub
Oh, I know.
everything,
Like
but I'm like OCD.
I'll do like I use my face wash for that, but like I don't scrub with the body wash. I don't even think I do like I do my arms lightly, but I'm not like
Can I do a poll in the chat to see how many people wash their legs in the shower? Because I'm kind of, I want to know.
The
It's an
water
Yeah.
accident.
runs down them.
I know,
like-
I get it, but I wash everything. Like I just legs, feet. But there was a podcast. It was mostly like the guys on there were like, yeah, no. And then the one girl that was there was like, I don't, not the feet, because there's soap all on the bottom, and my feet
Oh
are.
no,
had
you
this
have to
argument.
wash the feet sometimes. If they
Yeah, I
sweat.
always do.
I've had this argument with Lady
scrub.
G like multiple
I'm
times
gonna do a
'cause
poll.
she will like separate towels and stuff out from the washing. I'm like, no, I grab the washing, I put it in the washing machine, and then I pull it out when it's done. And she's like, no, you need to separate it all into all different loads, separate the towels out from the jeans and stuff. And then I was watching Linus Tech Tips, and they were talking about the washing. And this guy's like, if I can't just grab the washing and put it in the washing machine, I'm not doing it. I'm like, yes. So this is definitely a male-female split. Or at least a male something
When
split.
it comes to washing stuff, what I do is I organize it by dry or hang dry or machine wash dry, so then I don't have to figure it out in between.
Yeah, but his argument was, if he has stuff that would need special treatment, it would either be incredibly rare. Like, this is a wool t-shirt, so I know not to treat this the same way. But this is like, the wool t-shirts are the only things that I have that I can't just shove in the washing machine. And
yeah.
so it's like, you can have the odd exception, but in large, it's just, no, just get everything, put it in, done.
I just
The
do
less-
everything
least
slightly
amount of effort.
cold.
Most amount of output.
This is such a funny
Excuse me.
poll. I'm so glad you like brought that up though, because I wanted to.
Ew,
Dan,
Dan,
ew,
what
don't
kind of question
ew.
is this? What do you dry yourself with?
He's
Dirty
had one
towels?
towel for 20 years. Look, if a
Oh.
burglar comes in
That
his
thing
house,
is
he can grab
hissing.
that towel and knock him out with it.
I bet it looks like Sauron as
It used to be a
Flubber.
white
like
towel,
it probably
now
used
it's
to be
brown.
white. Yes.
One of my comments about that was, this must be making the Asians really hungry. I was like, because it looked like a pot noodle. It literally looked
No,
like
it
a
looked
noodle machine
disgusting.
climbing up. I'm like, yeah, there were two people that would be hungry with that. It would either be like the noodle people or the Klingons, because it did look like grach, which is basically worms.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
it's like
disgusting.
live worms. It's like wriggling as it goes along.
Oh, there's another one. There's two more in here right now. Oh God, there's three. Okay, hold
The
on.
People's Republic of Mozza.
Dwayne. It looks like a peanut head. His face on the rocks. Dwayne
No,
the
but
Rock
all
Mozza for
bodybuilders look like all
$1.99.
bodybuilders look like a normal sized person is trying to climb out of a larger sized person's body.
The People's Mozza has arrived.
It's their muscles. They just look like a normal person going, "Help! Save me! He's eating me!" They were tiny heads.
Who Mozza the Dungeon Daddy? It's a new one.
Can I say it? Can I say it?
Dungeon
Go ahead.
Daddy.
Allahu Mozza, the Dungeon Daddy.
For $1.99. Tell X-ray to cover up, showing too much shoulder.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding.
You in trouble.
I can't
The
do
thing is,
that on
that
like,
wouldn't
a
even
channel.
reveal much more of your shoulder.
I know that's true.
So you get to see another half a centimeter.
This is
Aren't you
Mark's-
lucky?
This is Mark's old closet, so he has like weird stuff in here. Is that better?
That's clearly a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Oh, here he goes, this is for
there is no
X-ray.
bloke on earth that needs a room for a closet.
Okay.
I don't believe that Mark has like a huge, like advanced, varied wardrobe. He's
No,
a
he
gamer.
doesn't. He doesn't. So he had like 2 dressers in here, and then the rest was like his like extra legs and his wheelchair, his
True. Okay, I forgot
so
about
with
the
all that
extra
stuff,
legs.
like
That slipped my
it-
mind.
he has a trunk where we put that all in. So like all of that was kind of strewn here, but we've moved it upstairs. But we only said we use it
It
as a
was
closet.
really weird. When you were, yeah, this is where we keep his extra legs. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We think about things
There's
like
the
that.
wall
Yeah.
behind her. There's the gold one, the bronze one, the silver.
There's the peg leg for when he's a pirate.
I mean, if we just go by limbs alone, we're essentially having a threesome. I was like,
This one's for X-Ray from Abe. No, I mean,
I was like,
no.
I'm not sure how to take that.
You don't either.
It was like it would technically be a three, but it would be like with 7 legs.
Well,
Wouldn't be-
anyways, I was gonna say what I was thinking. Abe, member for 10 months says, "X-ray girl, can I get a?" Oh God. And then another. Anyways, you're welcome.
Thank
I
you.
don't even know the reference to that one.
This one's for Disparu.
yeah.
She's X-Ray Griffin. It's Peter Griffin.
It's all right. I can definitely grift another Acolyte video.
He can get one more. He
100%.
can squeeze
Yeah.
one more out. But thank you, Zod.
I didn't think I could. But wouldn't you know it?
And then
Stenberg
Amandla.
she is just the woman that could all over again. Like she can.
She's
go
the
for
woman that
days.
could.
Wait. Who's more insufferable, Amandla or Rachel Zegler?
Rachel, 100%.
Rachel.
The thing is, like, Amandla she's a true believer, but she's a true believer who's never put a single second of thought into it. Like, this is something where she's just been taught it. She's using it to get things, but she knows almost certainly that, like, Rachel is the kind of person you could put her in, like, Russia tomorrow. She would instantaneously have every single Russian belief. Like, she will just reflect back to you the culture at the time. But Rachel Zegler is like the militant person. Like, she is one, not just a true believer, but she would go out into the world and sort of enforce it on everyone else. She would be the kind of person that would lead it and create like the new utopia of the idea. And she would, she is the Karen that would go out and like argue with people over it. It's wild.
I could see that.
Mozza's big booty Latina stepmom.
AOC?
Based on that person.
Can you imagine if Mozza turned out to be AOC's son? And like nobody knew. It was
Not
the
even
best
The
Mozza.
entire time.
I would piss myself laughing.
I don't know what would be worse. No, finding out AOC that is my mom is pretty bad.
Your fit is great, X-Ray. Hashtag slay.
Slay queen. Thank you. I'm happy that my fit is slaying. I don't know what that means. I'm too old to know.
Your
Well, your
outfit.
fit
Your
is
outfit,
like
you
what you're
silly goose.
wearing. Yeah.
Even Disparu knew that one.
I'm
No,
too
I know
old.
Zoomer slang. I just it makes me die inside.
He gets along
I
with
know
the
it.
He's like,
Zoomers.
I understand those Gen Z Zoomers.
Yeah, I mean it's not difficult. They've got about 20 IQ and they're proud of it. They're sort of their main goal in life. Their only genuine kind of aspiration is to one day reach the level of a homeless person. Like one day I might actually.
They want to live like a
be
homeless
human.
person, but like also in a house. So basically, just be given things.
Yes. And if I could have one desire, that when I have finally left this world, it's that the Zoomers get the world they've been asking for. That's what I want. Only when I'm gone. But when I'm gone, I want every single one of them to get their own utopia.
I can't wait to see that. Right
But they'll
before
love
I
it.
die.
They'll love it.
Yeah, I mean, you'll
your
live longer
son-
than me.
That's
I'm
true.
sorry. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Carlos. Your dad has put you in the district queue, but it's okay.
It's
I
not a
finally
queue, it's a privilege.
The Diaspora Village. I don't know. It doesn't have the same ring.
Sounds like a cult. Come to the district village. I finally found you, X-Ray girl. There's been a woman with different color hair and nose rings on your channel this week. I don't know who she is, but she's really pretty. Are you both related?
Oh wow.
Thank you,
It's like
Carlos.
how Anatar and Halbrand cannot be told the
Right.
difference just because you
Yeah.
wore a wig.
This is AOC's twin sister. Oh no.
Except for some reason, when they put I can't remember the actor's name. Charlie Vickers. When they put
Yeah.
Charlie Vickers in a wig, they made his hairline worse than his actual one. Why?
I don't
He's meant to be. He's impersonating an elf, right? So he lives
He's
forever.
gorgeous.
At least give him like
Supposed to be
a normal.
gorgeous.
At least give him his own hairline, right? Don't make it worse.
But he's a white male.
It's true. Yeah.
So that's
but he's
probably
also
why.
evil, so you think that'll balance it out.
Which means you have to take more hairline away.
Gotta take more away. Yeah. Old
Are you
Renaissance
saying
boomer.
all bald people are evil?
No.
I didn't say that. Rings of Power did.
Thank you for the 5.
She
Dropping a
sensed
few
the
Melanie
trap.
Mac F dump button might cleanse your soul. Just a thought. Boomer hashtag boomer's gonna boomer. Thank you for the 5. And you know what? Our good friend Lee is bald and he's wonderful human. So
He's
I just thought
definitely
about
not
that. I'm
evil.
like,
Unless that's what
He's
he wants you
definitely
to
not.
think.
Oh
If he ever asks
God!
you to make some rings,
here.
if he's like,
playing
"Oh, I've met some
40
dwarfs.
chess.
We need to make these dwarfs some rings," and you're like, "No,
That made her
stop
have to
it."
drink. She's like, no, please, not Lee.
Not Lee. I love Lee. He loves wine, and we're wine spirit.
Has he ever spoken to you about a volcano?
No.
I like the way you talk that seriously. It was like, "Oh, I need to
No.
genuinely think about this."
No, she
What
gotta
if
go
he
through
has?
messages. We said the word volcano once. No, I'm kidding.
We have some weird conversations, Lee and I do, when we're drunk.
Not
And I'm
Leonardo.
falling asleep at the table.
Yes. We love making fun of Wicked at fancy dinners because she does weird things like,
I'm like-
pick up the lobster tail when she could have used her knife or fork to put it on another.
Listen, I don't really go to fancy.
I'm sorry, but lobster
places.
isn't fancy. Everything I've seen about lobster is basically it's just a mess. You always get mess.
Well-
It's like there's someone went to a lobster restaurant and they gave him a bib. Anything you need a bib
No,
to
no,
eat,
no.
it is not fancy.
You don't need a bit of fancy.
No,
restaurant.
they will cut the lobster mostly out for you, so it's easy for you to extract the actual like meat.
Oh yeah, this guy basically just got given a lobster. It was like, oh,
Yeah,
I'll crack it
like if it's
myself.
fully intact. I
Yeah.
mean, at Asian restaurants, very used to that. One of my favorite places, you can get a lobster like plate that's like 20 pounds. So cool. But then you have to work for your food. I don't like working for my food.
No, look, even with shrimp, or no prawns. If I have to pull the head off a prawn, I'm not eating it.
No,
Like,
thank
stop
you.
it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the least you can do. I ate prawn brain once. It was disgusting. Never again. I'm never separating my own prawns if it means I have to eat prawn brain.
God. Ugh. Ugh.
Andrew Matthews, thank you for the 5 pounds. Disparu, I tagged you on X with attacks squirrel story.
Oh, I have a question. I saw
She raised her hand.
Steph was playing that squirrel game. I didn't know it was out yet.
Yeah, it came out the same day Rings of Power released.
Whoa! I want to play that. Is
Yeah,
it
so-
multiplayer?
I've bought it. I don't know. I bought it, but I haven't played it. But I don't know anything about it.
I
I've
want
not
to
even looked
play it.
up.
I want to play it.
That
I
was the
want to be a
thing.
squirrel with a gun.
The same day Rings of Power released, Squirrel with a Gun released, and Season 1 of First Defiant released, all on the same time. I'm like,
We got to show this. This
I
is
don't
Wait,
know,
and
where-
Star Wars Outlaw came out too, right? On that day?
Yeah,
No, it's Friday.
I absolutely don't care about that game.
Me neither. Oh,
this is their on
Yeah.
Steam. This is the squirrel with the gun, like their live.
Yeah,
stream.
they've partnered with a YouTube channel to do a Squirrel live stream to
that
celebrate
is
the release
so
of the
freaking
game.
adorable.
I said they should put there was just like a little gun and one squirrel, and I'm like they should put peanut butter or something on the gun so that the squirrel picks it
You
up.
know
I want to see
what?
it holding it.
Yeah,
They
they've
should have
moved
done
it
this with
around since I
Dustborne.
watched it.
And there's more. There was only one last time I looked.
I love that there's a random gun there with the car and yeah, I think they should have done this with Dustborn and just like had a camera
And a girl
Like,
asking
a
to talk to the
cafe
manager.
with a woke crowd goes to.
Like
God.
To whoever
a
say they
hipster
tagged me in
cafe.
something, I don't know where it was. I've scrolled back to the start of the stream. I can't find anything.
It was Andrew Matthews, I believe, that said
Mhm.
he did. So
Yeah,
it,
but
it
people
gets
have, like,
lost
different
sometimes
Twitter
when
names.
it's busy. Oh no, it's just Andrew.
Well, yeah, it depends
Just
like
when
when
it's
it
busy,
was.
like it's a
what-
restaurant. When it's busy, we lose it sometimes. But
Well,
it's
no,
No,
it
honestly.
depends like
You're
when
right,
it was.
yeah.
Like what your Twitter handle is. Like, there's so many variables.
you say he's gonna DM you.
Oh, that's
Okay.
easier. Cheers.
And Raider, thank you for another super chat, 5375. Thank you. Dedicated
Yay.
to Lady G, going to paint the town red, going to paint her face white. I don't get it. What did she say that? Poor Lady G.
I feel like she.
Damn.
Sorry, I feel
And
like
It's
she's
she,
gonna be fun.
It's so much worse.
this Bruce dying over there.
Is this like a period joke?
No,
Is this a period
Raider-
joke?
I don't think so.
Racer tortured Lady G with this for like, what would it have been, like 2 months? It must have been like 2 months, right? Because it was one a week. It was during the Halo. And so, where would the easiest thing to be? I wonder if the streams are... Oh, no, because it might get hit. I don't think it would get hit. Either way, what the story was, Lethal always used to do Halo streams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the
Remember
intro
those.
wouldn't get hit, but it was funny. It was really funny. And so, in season 1, there was a scene where Master Chief got with the human spy, and they started shagging. But because they can't show that on the screen, what they showed was the reaction of Cortana, the sort of holographic person in his own head. So she's watching them bang, and you see her facial expressions. But Lethal got it, and I don't know whether it was this long or not, but it went on for seemingly forever. So I think he slowed it down, and he started playing over adult soundtracks of the actions that Cortana was watching. And this guy is just like, yeah, I'm gonna paint the town red. I'm gonna paint your wife white. And Lady G hated it. She despised it. Every time she came on, she's like, I can't believe you've done that, Lethal. This is disgusting. But Lethal
Does she
made a
not know
rule.
the lightning.
Well, Lady G's got like a huge amount of kids. You'd think she'd be used to it by now. Either way,
A huge amount of kids.
Lethal had a rule. If you donated over $50, we play the intro video.
And Raider kept...
Raider kept donating $50 every time.
Raider,
and he's
Raider.
just like, here we go, Lady G. And all you'd hear is like, fuck! And it was like, as it went into it, and he got kicked off. And she got more and more annoyed. It was so funny.
That's
amazing.
That's really funny. That makes it funnier.
I'll see if I can find just the bit where he says it. Because everyone's mic is muted, and every time he came back and Lady G's like, I can't believe you've done this to me, Lethal. It's like,
I
every
can.
time.
Oh my
I
god.
can. He would do worse. It's Lethal. Justin Martins for 10. Thank you. Good evening and happy Saturday, all. This brew with a soundboard will take the show to a whole new saucier level, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, well, before, the reason I never used the soundboard is because I thought I'd have to, like, play the audio and press record to do it. Now I found out I can just upload it directly.
You okay?
And now I can just do that anytime.
No, I was just laughing at someone in chat. I
Oh.
wasn't expecting to see that. You'll realize which one I'm talking about.
Oh. This was like, where? He's gonna go. Dumpy, thank you for the 5. Can I still pay for you guys to put on pigtails? I have pigtails on right now.
I mean, I can go get my blue wig if you want.
Why are you laughing at me? I felt like wearing pigtails today. What's wrong with them? These aren't woke pigtails. They're cute pigtails.
I mean, I could put the blue wig on. Let's just say let's make it fun. Donate. Or should it be a gifted membership goal? Maybe. I don't know. You
Whatever
tell
you
me.
want.
You set it up. I just have to get it.
Well, because you're the one that's gonna have to like sweat through it. So I'll let you.
Oh
pick.
no,
You
I'm
got
cold
membership
right
or-
now.
I actually wouldn't mind a wig.
Yeah. You
Should
just
we do memberships or 5 or something? I don't want to make it like too high or crazy.
the
You
next
know?
5 memberships, and then I'll put the wig on. There
Okay.
you go.
It's just Baru, Dan.
Dan, are you still in the shower? Should we
'Cause
play
that-
it
'cause
more
that-
so you
'cause
can
that it
finish?
was- Because that
In being in the shower, I mean. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I just went through the Lethal intro, and I can't. I had so many
I know.
flashbacks. This was. There was so many lines, and the thing is, on any other channel, I'd be like, yeah, this is, it's fine. On Wickeds, I'm a bit more hesitant to play the rest, but this is the quote of that was spoken about. The rest is It's funnier, but
Oh, sorry.
Wait, share- yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
staring at it.
this is the
waiting for it
reference to the
pop up.
super chat.
Gonna paint his town red, gonna paint his wife white.
And that is the safest part of that intro you can play.
Yeah, don't play anything else.
There's a line.
That's good enough.
There is a line in that which I'd entirely forgot about. But it's like, it's a 3-all-day, baby. And I'm like, wait, what?
What?
Hold on.
What does that mean?
Holy moly. I'm not skipping super chats, guys, I promise, but there's a big red one blinking right now, and
That's what she said.
Hey, they did they did on those Halo streams, I tell
You know what? We're gonna let Disparu read this one because it is his stepson. And thank you. Hold on, wait. Before you read it, you're gonna get a couple. You're gonna get a
Damn.
and also
Oh my God.
Queen.
Yes. Guys, Dan is getting dressed. His shower's finished.
played that the perfect time. Here you go, Disparu. Read this one.
Also, wouldn't Dan getting dressed be the worst bit? That'd be like, oh no.
Disparu does
There's no
not
way
like
to
it when
Why
Dan
would you
gets
disappoint
dressed.
the audience like that, Dan?
Oh, well, they're not watching it. It's fine.
Well, you don't know if he's live streaming.
Are you live
I would
streaming,
assume that
Dan?
he's-
Why
I don't
do you
think
want
he
to
live
chat
streams
if
from
you're
the
live
shower.
streaming?
Oh, there's plenty of sites around the internet. It's about time a bloke took advantage of them.
I mean, a
Look,
lot of blokes have taken advantage of
He's
OF.
got Twitter fines to pay, alright? He needs to pay the bills.
I know. Wait, 9,000 Brazilian? Because that's not as bad as 9,000 USD.
I just heard $9,000, but somebody looked it up, and whatever the fine is
link.
whatever the fine is the average annual wage in Brazil every day. So I'm assuming American dollars.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Well, this one is for you, Paparu.
Yeah, Carlos Lima for $100. Thank you. Dude. Hey, Snapchat. Remember that new Rockstar video you watched in FNT last night?
Yes.
I can't remember what the new Rockstar thing was. I'd never heard of these people before. Oh no, I do. Yeah, that was
Oh, it was in the Rumble
Chris
Hour.
with the blue background kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ironic that Eric Voss, is that the guy who was in the video? I have no idea who this guy was. Is defending the Acolyte now when he was the one making fun of the audio caption for the hearing impaired. Oh, was he? I know a lot of people did, but I didn't know he was drawing in on it. Yeah. The bathing scene of Queer Mirror and OSHA.
You might still like it, but make fun of the audio description. I can still see that because the audio description is that cringe. Because why would you say with a predatory gaze, with a throbbing lightsaber? Like those are some really weird suggestive words.
Yeah, but that was the point, right? That
was the point.
That was the intention of the show. That was the target demographic. So I don't know why. I don't think somebody that would take the piss out of that would also be somebody that didn't like it. The people, those are two separate groups. The people that like the show would love that audio description. Like, yeah, tell me more. They're the kind of the people that would read those kind of books. The same people who go, "Oh my God, this is a Handmaid's Tale come to life," and really they're going, "Oh, I hope the Handmaid's Tale becomes real life." It's those kind of people.
It's just so strange. I don't try to understand them because I don't think I'll ever. I was just trying to rationalize, clearly.
And
I think all this stuff can be rationalized. It's just one person being in two groups. If one person is in two groups, they're lying to you somewhere. I think at its core, the base ideology of everything that Hollywood's doing, everything is incredibly easily understandable. It's not complicated. I think the reason why a lot of people don't get it is they don't want to admit like the core reasons behind it more than anything else.
And yeah, it looks like I'm gonna go back and get the other super chats, but Mark did just gift 5 memberships, so I think he wants.
I guess I'll be back.
She'll be back. Do. You gotta do
Why,
the
what kind
Wayne's
of deal
World.
was made for 5 memberships?
She's
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
put
put
the blue wig on.
Oh,
Thank
well.
you, Mark. She will be back temporarily. And while she's gone, let me catch up on these super chats, guys. I'm so sorry. We got a bunch of them. Mark was for 10. Disparu was factually correct. These people are lunatics. I remember Rush Limbaugh comparing people's numbers in certain movements with numbers of people on certain medications. You want to know something? My boss, when I was a teenager, and all through, I worked there for 13 years too. So he always had Rush Limbaugh on. So I just like always had. I've heard quite a bit of Rush Limbaugh, and you're correct.
Someone was talking the other day, and they were going. It was only American statistics, so I don't know how it compares to other places. But they were going through the medications that people were on, like just percent of population, and it was insane. I think one said, "What's it?" I think it was like 25% of women are antidepressants. In America.
Oh my god! Can
It's
you read?
crazy.
It is very crazy. I'm against that. I understand that maybe some people have like
Well, this went through
chemical
like
imbalances and stuff, but like people,
yeah,
my
it was
thing
like
is,
ADHD regular stuff and everything. It went through a whole load of things, but the sheer number was just wild.
it's yeah. Sorry, I'm like I thought someone was knocking on my door. um, so I feel like when you rely heavily on medication, when you don't have it anymore, you're worse than you were before you started. Because
Yeah,
you heavily rely on it. So if you're on like an antidepressant and then you stop taking it, you're way worse.
I
I've
don't
seen
even
it
take
in
like
people. I've never myself taken that stuff, anything like that, any kind of hardcore medication besides like wisdom teeth out, and I had to take like painkillers, but I hated that. My stomach killed me. I couldn't take them. I was like, I'm gonna deal with the pain. It was awful.
yeah,
Messed
I
up
don't
my
even
stomach.
take. There's so many people where it's like I've got a headache. Like, oh, have you taken anything? It's like, no.
Just take
I
a
mean,
nap.
it's a really low level pain. You should be able to deal with that without taking something for it. It's like obviously if you go through like, wisdom teeth, renowned for being incredibly painful. Fair enough, right? Beyond a certain tolerance level, go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of people where it's like I can't feel anything bad at all, and so I will immediately take something.
Oh yeah, I know
That
people
can't
like
be
that. It's not
can't be
good.
good for you. And it's
No.
like I always think that if you're suffering from depression, it's probably better to deal with the causes of depression than it is. Now, there's also a really interesting thing. Really interesting to me is the difference between like the male and female way of dealing with depression. So like if you go with the whole therapeutic angle, you go and talk to a guy, you tell him your emotions. That's the female way of dealing with it. It doesn't work for men at all. The male way of dealing something is they need to be in control of the situation. They need to be in a position of power. They can get through. Men can get through basically anything if they feel like they can do something that will mean it will eventually end. As long they can suffer literally anything, as long as they know they're in control of the situation enough that they'll eventually end. And so when it comes to like therapeutics and stuff, the worst thing you can do is go and talk to somebody. You need to instead deal with the actual causes of it.
That's good advice. Do you want to read this one? I feel like it's a funny one for you to read.
Black Cane for $5. At the end of the world, all that will be left is Mozza and DSP.
Oh no. And Emilio, I'm sorry, Emilio gifted 10 memberships. Jonathan gifted 1 membership. And I seen more. Gatekeeper gifted 5. Look at all these memberships, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
queen.
Yes.
Hold on. I actually feel like that deserves a bit of a longer.
Please,
Hold on.
please.
Yes.
Oh, I want
Because
to-
I'm worth it.
Perfect timing.
Oh, we come back. X-Ray's got different hair on, like
Yeah.
touring the chat.
This is like the actual and this is why I say like the woke look is actually horrendous because I know I'm not
Yes.
a horrible looking human, but like with this on, I feel
Mhm.
like I'm a horrible looking human.
Yeah, the pigtail wig was better.
Yeah, well, I like to put the pigtails on after I put the headphones.
Oh, I didn't. I
face.
thought they were 2 separate wigs. I didn't know they were like additions.
Yeah, they're additions. So that's why it was so easy to just like pop on. Like this is why like look at the difference between this and then
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's
Wild.
an entirely different style. Yeah.
wild. So there you go.
There you
Uh,
go.
Let me just change the lighting because like I'm trying to make it better. Oh, there we go.
But
There
this
you
is
go.
like longer hair has always been feminine, which is why the first thing they did was like, well, cut it all off, like instantaneously. It's like Concord. If you see the people in oh my god, the people in Concord and Star Wars Outlaws, it's like they top each other to see who can make the ugliest characters they physically can.
Yeah. Well, like there's the one girl who's bigger and she's wearing like a puffer jacket and it's just not like she could dress better.
There was a guy that was like, I'm going to fix the Concord characters. And you know the big fat one? All he did was give her a boob window. That was it.
Oh my god.
I think he changed the facial feature because she's got like a big thick helmet on stuff. So he gave her like a feminine chin and stuff. But it was just that and the boob window. But yeah, she's big, but she's, you know.
You know, Lizzo tried it. Like Lizzo literally wore like floss and people still came at her.
Yeah, but I think it's because in Concord, it's like she's in armor. So you can kind of imagine that the rest of it like just fits the body. Whereas when you can see it, it's like, no. There's definitely an argument that like clothes help you look better than just showing everything.
It can, because you can use things to accent like any girl knowing where to cinch your belt or your waistline really does affect how you look. The same thing, like there's such thing as too much boob and too much butt. You can't do two at the same time because that's too much. So you gotta accent one. I don't know. That's just what I've learned. Yeah.
I've said it before. The entire butt thing. It's a modern thing. I'm against it. I don't understand it.
He's against butts.
No, it's weird. It's weird. They're like, oh, I really like a fat ass. Well, that comes with a fat person. What are you even on about? No, it's a very weird thing to do. It never used to happen. It was not English in the first place. It got imported from somewhere, probably America. I don't know why.
I think from the Latino community, like
anybody that watches coupling will understand what I mean. That entire show takes the piss out of people with fat asses. I watched society change.
Have you seen the weather reporter from, I believe it was somewhere in Latin America. I think it was Brazil. And every time she turned around to show what's happening, I was just like, the weather is all of a sudden very interesting.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be reporting the weather in the day, but for some reason
it was Colombia. Okay.
Colombia. Christopher Peak.
There's one place that does like topless weather reporting as well. So I bet they get decent viewing numbers.
Much.
PC that in Europe, right? PCU. Watch PCU. It became reality. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that. No.
To check it out. Thank you for being a member.
Ian, I comb fake hair because it still gets tangled. Okay.
Look who's the real
Mozza. Well, the
here.
real Mozza, please stand up.
There was about 10 of you in the chat.
Burning.
His ears. I know there's so many of them in here.
Wait, has these Mozzas been following Mozza? Like, actually?
I don't know.
Like...
Apparently, PCU was an American comedy film in 1994.
Oh, okay.
Never heard of it.
College life.
I have to look into it. Let's see what we got here. Slasher for Canadian 5. Thank you.
Ew.
What's the sounds like the name of a bad singles bar. It
probably is a Vegas bar.
Okay, so the poll is 421 votes. 78% say yes, and 22% say no. You know what? I have faith in all of you.
I don't know.
Do you wash your legs in the shower?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was the crushed cheese one.
Everybody washes their legs in the shower. You're in the shower, the water runs down them.
No, like purposely like scrubbed.
That's not what the question said.
That's true. Okay, fine. I wash my legs in the shower, but I don't scrub it. Okay, there you go.
I scrub.
I'm disgusting. I'm disgusting. Also, do you scrub your back?
Yeah, I have. You know, one of those.
I do like the shoulders.
Yeah.
I'll do this. Whatever. There's probably a section I don't.
If I can't reach it, then I don't care. I mean, it's my back. Seriously, how dirty can your back get at the end of the day?
I think as long as you
everywhere gets dirty just
the
from
pits,
existing.
The butt.
The reason Mozza needs to like actually rub his legs is because he probably dives in like mud. He'll be like a dog where he's running along and there's just like a wet
mud. Mozza doesn't have flip flops, right?
He doesn't have shoes.
Oh, see,
Dan also hates
somebody
clothes.
stole his shoes. You see, Dan is like
clothes?
permanently without clothes.
Just be be one of those nudists. then I'm sure your fans will
This is
love
why
that.
the dogs are chasing him, like the rabid dogs through Brazil are chasing him, as Gary always says.
They see it and they're like, that looks like a toy.
Yeah, well, they see the meat and two veg and they're like, I'm starving.
Jonathan Stevie's on a number for 3 months. Thank you, Jonathan. Not fat, not a 5, ladies. Just Peru.
Thank you.
Brazil finally beat the UK in authoritarianism. Oh my
Hey,
god.
no,
Yeah,
I
who's
don't know
the
about that. I mean,
most-
they banned Twitter, but they haven't.
Arrested.
Yeah, they
people for
find
that?
they find people if you post on Twitter. We put you in jail if you
So
post
wait,
on Twitter.
Can I Dan? If you post on Twitter, have you actually gotten a fine?
Probably not
Or
gonna
is
try.
it too? Is it
Well,
too
the
much to
fine
ask
is for
them?
using a VPN to avoid it. From what the bit I know.
I don't know if you want to go to a nude beach in Florida. Listen, people
With
here are either
Jay?
fit or
Yeah.
fat is what happens in Florida.
I
There's
mean,
like not
I've
really
been
an
to nude
in-between.
beaches, and it's
I
mostly
haven't.
gay dudes.
Have you been there
It's
in
just like
Europe?
RSPCA rolling people back into the ocean.
I don't know about Florida. Okay, I think I've been to one in Florida once. It was a mistake.
Go
Yeah.
pet it over there.
But
It's
every
a
time I've been to a nude
mistake.
beach, it's gay guys and old creepy dudes.
Like in Eurotrip,
makes
like,
sense.
girl, have you seen Eurotrip where she goes, she's getting ready to like take off her bathing suit, and they're like, don't, and like all these guys are like, girl,
Yeah, they
all these
flock to you.
fat older guys.
So,
Yeah, no way, I would
my
never.
favorite-
Yeah, because it's
I would
like
never.
speed dating and hopeful people.
You get to see them for what they truly are. I think my favorite part of going to a nude beach was just there's this one dude had the biggest package. It was rock hard, and he's standing right by the water. This is like dusk or no sunset. So he's standing there. He's like literally scanning the horizon. So he goes from left to right with his big
Speed
hard
dating.
thing, and I'm just like, is he really just showing off his?
No, it's speed dating. Saucy.
I laughed.
This is it. Yeah, no, this is the thing. Women don't need to go to nude beaches because if they want to see a guy naked, they just ask one of their friends. They'd be like, yeah, fine, whatever.
But yeah,
Like it's not the same. This is why when people are like, oh no, are you having double standards? You like what? Like literally everything else between everybody. It's like no, people get treated differently because people are different. There's a reason why all these things are different between the people. Then we're supposed to suddenly believe that oh no, we're all equal, exactly the same. Yeah, we all behave exactly the same. All have
we
exactly the
definitely
same.
do not
drives.
behave the same.
No, everybody knows this, but everyone's supposed to lie about it. It's the most bizarre thing.
Here we
go.
go
It's-
again.
Don't put Ian's random rants because he can't understand the intellectualism of a
How's
civilized
that a
country.
rant? Those 3
He's-
words.
He wears
He's too
a
pissed
skirt.
to understand it. Nobody throughout the entire history
like, "Don't
has
highlight."
ever cared about the opinion of a Scottish person. There isn't this that nobody's gone, oh please, let's see the philosophical knowledge of the Scottish. What I really need now. They're like, oh, is that nuclear power plant melting down? Oh, please, somebody save us. Is there somebody who's had 20 pints in the last half an hour? He'll be able to save us.
I can't wait for you two to meet.
I know. It's gonna be great.
I want to be there to witness it.
And
Look,
you gotta,
I
we'll,
like
we'll pick
people
you
in
up on the flying
skirts.
buffalo.
Not
I
like
do
that.
too. Hey, I've never. Well, actually, I don't know if I've actually seen men in kilts in person. Seen
I
them on
have.
shows.
Parades.
Look, it would be
Is it
like
cute?
it would be like the nudist beach.
Weirdly enough, it was during St. Patrick's Day parades, which I'm like, that's Scottish, right? But there was like a Scot every year because like St. Patrick's Day is a huge
Hey,
thing
he
in
just
Buffalo.
heard booze. He was there.
Yeah, well, but that
There-
always in the
there's a
parade, there's
there's
always
a
like
strong
a float
connection between the
with
Scottish
Scottish.
and the Irish.
Wait, but is it cute though in person?
They
the
met
kilt?
in the rehab unit and both decided this isn't for me.
I think Ian is
I'm not a quitter.
offended. I think
He's
Ian's
upset.
offended.
You hurt Ian's feelings.
Look, no, you put him on the screen twice. I let the first one go.
I like to try and get under just Bruce's skin, and it worked.
It's fun.
It's fun. Jay
did
was
it by
right. It
proxy.
is fun. Mike Wilson
Like
art
a
for
woman.
5. X-ray equals fire. Wicked equals lightning. And Disbrew equals lead pipe.
Are you talking about his peen? Because
I don't think so because
that's
that's an
rude.
We're not
Trying
on a
to catch
nudist
up.
beach now. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I'm definitely in the
okay.
gutter.
Dan's also offended. So you got Ian and Dan riled up right now.
What
Ian,
has Sean Connery got to do with this?
I don't know.
Why are you
He's
giving?
Scottish- is he
Why
Scottish?
are you sending money after I've just offended you? I was like, oh, I
It's
tried to
Ian.
offend you.
This is a kink. He probably is like, I'm ready.
What?
I'm ready to go in the shower now.
He's like, well then, I wasn't expecting you to actually say something.
He is Scottish.
He's Scottish. They shower. I don't know the moral of that message
No,
is.
it was going to get worse.
Scottish.
No, it was going to get worse. I thought of something during that. I was like, I can't say that. That's too mean.
You have
So
to
I
say it.
did I did draw back. Okay, what I was going to say is, I said anyone had a nuclear power plant burning down, and I thought, well, the Scottish will be really useful. We'll just send them over to shovel the sand. I was
Thank
like,
you,
that was
Ian.
where that was going to
Wait.
go. I was like, wait.
Are kilts really originally Irish? So that would make sense why they're always in the St. Patrick's Day parade. Then I didn't know that. Is that true?
This wig is
I've
bothering
never
me.
heard of kilts attached to this.
Sorry.
I mean, they're both Celts, but I've never seen an Irish person in a.
You do. Listen, the poll. I hate to. Because
Yeah, we talk
everyone.
about weird things on this show.
It's
to
about
be fair.
scrubbing. I scrub, and we were trying to see if people scrub or just let the soap run down. And apparently, 80%. Good job, guys. 80% scrub and 20% just let the soap
I'm
fall down.
disgusting then.
Yeah.
Hey, this just proves that Epic might keep posting "wash your ass" is entirely irrelevant.
Dude's
No,
like, what
no,
am
no.
I
You
with
should
Epic?
definitely wash your butt. Okay, there's your underarms, your booby area, your crotch, and your butthole. If you don't wash that, you're disgusting.
Come
I will
Ian, let's
judge
get out of
you.
here and watch Braveheart.
Yeah, the
Oh, in the
Brazilians
In
and
the
the
shower.
Scottish.
In the shower.
In
The
shower.
Brazilians and the Scottish will unite and create a new empire.
Oh, no. Throw on some shorts and it's a date.
I mean, Dan just wants like good whiskey. He's like,
Throw
finally,
off
maybe
the
we can
shorts
get
You know
some.
what, Ian?
And,
Come on.
He's interested in Scotch eggs, haggis, and whiskey. That's all he wants you for,
I
Ian.
want to try haggis. I'm not gonna lie.
Me
It
neither.
sounds-
I've never had
I was like,
haggis.
I've never had it. Yeah. Oh,
No.
so the first time we hang out,
I
we'll
could
try
get it. I've
All
just never
three of
tried
us.
it. It's not like black pudding. That's
Ooh,
really nice.
next year, if we go to the UK, we could do a little getaway to Ireland before
And we'll
or
have
after
haggis.
What, you want to see what it's like to live in Fallout 4?
in
No, we'll
It's
go
just
to
like a
Ireland.
wasteland.
I've
We'll
been
go
to Ireland. I've been to Ireland.
Oh, I thought you meant Scotland.
Oh.
I was still insulting Ian. I was like I was on
He's
a
like,
roll.
oh, he's like, I'm not done.
I was like, yeah.
Well, I
It's
mean,
just
both.
a wasteland
Why
as
not
far as the eye
both?
can see. Yeah, but yeah, like it's easy to get from Ireland to. Well, it would be a bit of an awkward travel. It depends if you're driving or using public transport.
For you, like we would. Okay, I would fly into Dublin. I'd take her to jail because I keep on saying I'm gonna take her to
He's
jail.
trying to put me to jail.
It's a fun experience, especially at night. Okay.
Oh,
and then the Guinness factory.
Yeah, I like Guinness.
Oh no, I misinterpreted what you were saying. I thought because F&T yesterday, Gary said next year they're going to do a London people.
September, so we could
Yeah,
like
so
do both.
I thought you meant that, but yeah, if you're on about like arriving in Ireland and then traveling down to there, that's actually a pretty good route because you go all across North Wales, which is like the tourist places.
And I can drive. I love driving in Ireland. I've done it before.
Yeah, I mean
countryside.
that's a decent route down.
Yeah,
You
it's
could see a lot of
lovely.
stuff. And
The-
if you
the
do like
worst-
castles and stuff, there is loads of castles.
Oh,
on, like, Northern
so
Ireland.
many castles. One of my like I love Irish folk tales. There was a place that my friend took me to that had these cute little fairy doors all over the forest. So she was telling me how like fairies obviously were not the good fairies that we know.
No, if you want
they're
fairies in
evil
England, you
and-
go to Brighton.
Why? Oh,
For legal
is this
reasons,
like a
I don't
gay
think
joke?
for
Is this a
legal
gay
reasons, I
joke?
don't think I can comment anymore.
Oh my God. And then we went to this well that apparently like this I forgot what kind of this woman who was blind, she washed her eyes in the well and then she apparently could see again. Like
Yeah,
I
that'd be
love Irish folk
nonsense.
tales. There's a bridge. There's a bridge where a witch cursed it and said, if you finish this, I will curse your entire village. So there's one brick that is missing from this bridge. They refuse to because that's how like intense the Irish folk believe in these types of curses. And I love it. I love it.
But
Anyways,
to be fair, they lived off Guinness.
I could live off Guinness.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
what I mean
bread.
is, if you're living off Guinness, then some random lunatic comes up to you and goes, "I'll curse your entire family." Oh my, she's gonna do it, lads. Like you're not really
you
in your
throw the
main
bottle.
mind.
You just hit her in the head with the bottle, like doom.
What?
There's
a
You
reason
should have
why-
Wicked.
There's
I
a
would
reason
say
why
the
there's
whole
loads of jokes
village.
like, how do you confuse an Irishman? You tell him to sit in the corner of a circular room. Like, the Irish, they're not renowned for being the brightest of
She's
folk.
gonna tell us a scary story.
I don't
You
know what
just
to
see,
do
like,
with my
the
lights.
legs
It
rise
didn't
up
look
behind
bad.
her.
If you like it better off, it didn't look bad. You were
Is
lit
it
up.
better off?
It looked like you're whatever's more comfortable for you.
Why does it keep changing? Just turn it off.
Just changing the different color. She's gonna tell us a scary story.
You do look like you're either in a horror film or like about to read us her own fortune.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. Okay, anyways,
Someone's just done a microaggression.
I was just channeling my inner Asian.
Jason Webster, thank you for the Australian vibe. I gotta catch up on these super chats. PSA: be advised, viewing a series like The Acolyte risks developing
He reads it out afterwards.
PBSFDS, pathetically bad science fiction distress syndrome. Have a nice day. Thank you, Jason.
I still have
Luc-
flashbacks.
Lucifer the Doberman been a member for 4 months. Thank you. Just got back from cliff diving, and I hear you guys don't use scrubby gloves. Sad. Also, Google
What?
Suki potholes.
How are these things related?
That is where I was.
Oh,
Suki?
for cliff diving, maybe.
Oh, okay.
No,
Oh, cool.
Potholes.
I think the scrubby gloves is like because you can get gloves on your hands that like have a wash thing on that people use
No,
in the shower.
that's like a bacteria reservoir. I don't like.
Not if you
yuppie
wash
noise.
them.
Oh my god.
It's like
How
a
do you
towel.
wash them?
Like if you're Dan Vask and your towel's been there for like 25 years, you know it's solid. You
after
can
one
use it as
use,
a
it's
self-defense
bad for your
weapon.
face.
Then there's
Yeah.
probably a lot of stuff on the towel. But if you wash the towel, then it's fine.
I think a lot of, especially men, they think like, well, I used it when I was clean, so it's fine. But like you're getting it
Mhm.
wet, so even when you hang it up, it's not.
No, it's not. But
No,
water
it's-
and
Towels.
bacteria love to proliferate in that like dark,
Wet
dank.
is where like
No, Do you
yeah.
want to know what I think the dirtiest place of a streamer's house is?
What?
And I think this goes for all streamers. The foam that they have in the SM7B microphone.
Oh,
I
that's
th-
why I
I
think
think
it's disgusting
this-
when people go like on them.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
"Ugh."
If anyone puts their mouth on it, I think like they'll probably come down with something. I think this is literally because foam is perfect for bacteria
Oh,
to
it
live
is-
in,
it
and you're
is.
like spitting into it all the time and stuff. I think this is the worst easily.
Yeah, I never put my mouth on it. I do want to replace my phone if I can.
Perfect.
No, okay. I remember once with the SM7B, I was like, we were like, oh, okay. As was saying something about putting something down your throat, blah blah blah. And
Oh
then
yeah,
he
I've
put
seen
his
I've
mic.
seen the Az clip.
Yeah, the ass clip where he put his SM7B down, like in his
Yeah.
mouth. And this is why I say
It was
Az is
impressive.
going to be a
This
great
that's a
gay
thick
man.
microphone.
It's big. I can't even do it.
Yeah, that was a talent.
Like Az should date a black man. Like he's
Well, I
perfect.
mean, there are fan sites that I'm sure would do very well on.
Well, there we go.
Market Reality, thank you for the time. Okay, I had the maid service come. Sorry, Mark. I had the maid service come by today, and they did a really good job. Everything is clean. I found out my floss thingy towels are actually white, not brown. Oh my god, Mark.
Mhm.
Floss thingy towels. Oh jeez.
What's a
Thank you for the
floss
time.
thingy towels?
Well, it's where you get the towel at the front and the back and do that.
Yeah.
I think that's weird. I used to
16-bit.
use a towel.
Don't
Like,
shame him. He's just found out the color of his towels.
no, because I
Let him be
literally
happy.
will only
Yeah.
use a towel once because I'm weird because
Me
Like,
too.
What? And then you burn it.
case-
You're like, no, I'm too
in
posh
case
for
it
this.
No, you
didn't
wash
wash
it.
well. In case it didn't wash well, like imagine you like wiped your butt and then you like
With
the
a
next time
towel?
you use it,
You don't
yeah,
dry your
so
butt.
You have to dry your butt and your crotch.
Just for who's learning.
Oh, sorry. I'm
wrong
thinking
with
of
you?
different- No, you said wiped your butt, and so I immediately like you're on the toilet. You're like, I'm not
No,
going to use
no,
toilet paper.
no. After
There's
a
a
shower.
perfectly good towel
After a
here.
shower.
That's where
And
I
this
was
thing,
with that
like,
situation.
I think I clean myself well, but in case I do not, for some crazy reason, and then for some odd reason, I'll like all of a sudden use that towel a second time and I'll put on my face. That's disgusting.
I'm
So
just
I
weird
only
about
use that
it's,
once.
it's the wetness. Like I hang it, and it dries, but I don't use it again because I'm weird about like the moisture
Yeah,
on things.
You
once.
don't need a separate
Once.
butt towel.
Or at least a
I
separate
use-
face towel. Because I
I
don't
do, I
want to
have
put
little-
my
I
towel
use-
on my.
I use little white towels like for face.
This is the this is the difference between men and women. This it is literally this. That and separating towels out in the wash. Like men don't
You
care.
have to.
Oh no, this thing touched my arse like 2 days ago. Oh, the horror. That's where we are. Like no, I need a separate towel for my face because it can't have
I
touched any
do.
other parts of my body. It's your own pissing body.
No, but your face is different skin. It's thinner. It's like tissue paper. Whereas like your back skin, that's about like a
Have you ever seen
centimeter
those memes
thick.
where it's like there's a 30-year-old woman and she's like, oh, I've got this skincare regime which can only be found in the rare bowels of an ancient animal that it's like born once a year and it costs $10,000 to get this face cream. And a guy's just like, I wash my face with the same crap I wash my balls with.
The 16
this is
in
literally
one?
the meme. And she's like aging with all these wrinkles and the guy's like, Chad. It was like,
Yo, I will
your
say that's
skin is
how I
not tissue
found out.
paper.
That's how I found out I was a girly girl because of my skincare regime.
I think all women are girly girls. It's just they're indoctrinated not to be. That's always been my theory.
Oh,
I think it's
maybe.
natural. I think it's natural for a woman to be feminine, and it's natural for a man to be masculine, and anything else requires force.
Like, okay, so I grew up around my brothers a lot. So I did a lot of sports and biking and fighting, like literal grappling. And then because I got into from dancing into skincare / like that work, that's how like the girliness came out. I hated makeup. I really did. We used to put like Ruby Woo, that
No.
the
Yeah,
color of
lipstick.
MAC. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We used to put Ruby Woo.
Well, that's a color. I
Lip
thought it was a
gloss.
person.
No.
I
Ruby
thought you
Woo
were talking like an actress or something.
lip gloss, and then we would kiss a bunch of glitter. And I hated makeup ever since that. And that was like competitive dancing with eyelashes and wigs, and
yeah.
I hated makeup. So I rejected feminism for a long time.
No, you
Femininity.
embraced-
Femininity.
You embraced feminism. You rejected femininity. Yeah.
I rejected femininity for a long time, but then the skincare and having to keep my skin nice and young, after a while.
16-bit mascot, thank you for the 5. Sorry, you were in the all of us queue for a little bit there. It's the best show. It's the best Saturday show. Always enjoy, guys. Cheers, Wicked. Actually, just ruined chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Has Mark got a blade yet? X-ray Harokami for 5.
What kind of blade?
Pulls out like a machete.
Mark has a lot of knives, honestly. So
Does he? He has a lot.
no, he has
Ian
a
for
lot of guns
50.
too.
Mozza is a psyop to counter Taylor Swift.
That's true. Mozza is a psyop. No, I agree.
Thank you. True.
I
Thank
can
you,
believe
Ian,
that.
for the 50.
Can you
M8
imagine?
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna survive. She won't. Probably.
It's
I
true.
don't know.
Yeah.
M8566 for $2.
I mean, how would
Squirrels!
she?
Thank you.
Like,
How
her money
would
will be
she?
no use, like, after the apocalypse. So, oh, look, I've got all these zeros in my bank account. So.
And that's what I think about with like just being present in life. And that's why I love a lot of my friends on the internet, because I feel like y'all are very present compared to some people out there.
Oh, I'm probably going to get arrested for something I post on Twitter in 6 months. So, I have to be.
I will try to extradite you. Is that what it's called? No. It's not
I
what
don't
it's
think you
called.
have that power.
No, I don't have the power. I will try
That power.
to import you into Canada to try to save you.
I'll make some
Import.
tweets about like squirrels are going to take over the world, and they're like, oh my god, he's inciting revolution of England that the squirrels are going to overthrow
They
people.
check his
It's going to
house.
be
He's
that
got a whole
stupid.
room.
Like,
One
I'll
squirrel
go
at
down
a
for years.
time.
I will go down for years about the most ridiculous thing possible, and I can't believe he said it. This is offensive. Is that great? Cheers.
Yeah.
Bobo Yogi, thank you for the
He died as
5.
he lived talking about squirrels.
Love your con. Love your con walkthroughs, Wicked. X-Ray should only stream in Dustborne mode. Love to all the women streams, even if the chick on the bottom is ugly AF. Sorry, just for...
I'd like to point out that Wicked is also on the bottom over here.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you for the 5, and hopefully there'll be 1 or 2 more con streams this year. Haran the Blue for member for 8 months. Thank you. Disprew's not wrong about Gen Z. The music alone is cause enough for the second coming.
Well, no, Gen Z haven't created music. Gen Z haven't created anything. Like every other generation had some kind of thing that was theirs. What has Gen Z made? They haven't made their own music. They haven't made their own fashion. Oh no, sorry. No, I am right. Broccoli hair. They have invented broccoli hair, but apart from that, I'm not sure what Zoomers have contributed to society. Tide Pods? Eating Tide Pods.
That is
Congratulations.
disgusting.
If the world ends, you can at least survive on soap fluid.
Ian's gonna pay your bail, this bee, and then you can follow me around in a kill team.
That's his
Hey,
only like thing. If
For
you guys
Twitter
That's
don't
what
arrests,
know.
you don't get bail. Hey, Twitter is that serious crime, remember?
Zod, thank you for what's SEK again?
Swedish krona.
Oh, is it okay? Thank you for the Swedish 20. Hi, Disparu. Why is the old elf need to look old?
Because he's
Do you mean
old.
Skurdan? Yeah. That amazed me actually when they walked up to him and he just went, "You're the oldest and wisest of us." I'm like, why would you? What?
I
Could you
feel
imagine going up to your granddad and go, "You look old as dirt. Your skin is like leather." Look, everyone around here, they walk along and go, "There's that old git down the road. He's definitely older than all of us, isn't he?" And it was like, I thought it was a compliment.
It's twofold. So one, it's them trying to like explain the story because they think people are dumb, which is fine, whatever. Two, they do not care about respecting the elderly. Like they have not ever like respected what came before. They like replacing what came before and saying it's theirs or changing it and said what was old sucked. So no matter what, they don't care about offending older people.
No.
There was definitely something to that because when he got the ring, he shaved his beard. He had no interest in shaving his beard. The moment he put the ring on, shaving my beard. There is some kind of meaning to that. I just don't know what it is because it was too. There was no need to do it. So it had
The
some
beards
kind of meaning.
represent like if you think about it,
I think he was
of
the only
people-
elf to have a beard.
Well, and a lot of people who are on the toxic masculine side have beards. So when he shed that away to embrace what was, maybe that was. I don't know. I'm just trying to rationalize.
Well,
Your
I think the idea was he was so old as an elf, he grew a beard. Like none of the other guys could because they weren't as old as him. So, but then he put the ring on and then shaved his beard. So he was essentially shaving off his only distinguishing feature, which is bizarre.
Elderliness?
Because he had no desire to shave it off until he put the ring on, and now he's like, no, I need to be like you young folk.
I don't know. Maybe it's a dig at
there is-
weird fellows.
There is definitely a modernity thing where they want you to learn from younger people. So the entire idea of being older and wiser, they have to get rid of because younger
Yeah.
people are more
Well,
easily
like, the
convinced, which means
idea
you
that-
have to learn from them, so it goes upwards.
He
which
brought.
is
Okay, go
the entire knowledge system goes the other way around. It's like top down, but they want it
Yeah.
to be bottom up.
Yeah, and to think that like Kella, oh my god, these names, Elrond was gonna go to him for his wiseness and whatever, but then he ends up turning on like, okay, so the wise thinks the rings, the dark side. It's like, it's just cementing that the dark side is where they want to go, or at least in terms of Elrond's eyes, like the rings
Well,
are
it's-
dark.
Which is so weird though, because the rings aren't supposed to have the power of the One Ring. They're not supposed to tempt
No,
you.
they're
They're
not.
supposed
They're
to have power
dumb.
over things.
They don't
Yeah,
understand the
all-
power of rings.
All of these rings are the One Ring. It's wild. And so
I don't
that's the way everyone
understand
acts.
that.
That's the way
That's
it
why I was
influences
really
people.
confused watching it. Like,
What I think it is, it seems to me like it's made and written by people that have only watched the movies. And so they only know One Ring. And so it would be natural to assume that all the other rings are just like the One Ring. And if you've never looked into the lore, you wouldn't know that, well, it kind of hints that it was made to rule them, but he's like, well, it's just a more powerful ring, so they must have lesser abilities of that.
and that's the funny part, because even someone who I have only watched the movies, I knew the rings were not the same thing as the One Ring. Just watching it, right? You know that they don't have the same powers of the ring as the One Ring. So I
well, you
didn't
know they're
understand why they
less
went that.
powerful. Yeah.
They're less powerful, but like I had no idea what the powers were part of it. But when they were trying to hint at, oh, they're gonna turn into Gollum. Oh, it's dark. It's insidious. Blah blah blah. Blah. I what?
Yeah, especially in this where Curdon's ring, when he puts his hand just into water, and the fish swarm it, and he starts talking about how the rings have like power over other individuals and can influence their minds, and so we definitely can't let humans or Sauron have these things. I'm like, wait, you were literally describing the One Ring, except like in an individual form. So rather than having power over rings, which is the wrong ring, this has power over people. So they seem to treat it like a distributed system. So all the lower rings control other people, and then the One Ring controls the rings, which control the people.
It's a hierarchy. It's a
they set it up-
pyramid scheme.
They've set
Have
it
you
up
heard
like a
of those?
managerial system in the show, which is so
So
bizarre.
Sauron is the president of this pyramid scheme.
Yeah, he's like the CEO of evil. But that's the thing, right? It is a case of, if you can't abstract, so you can't think of ideas, you can only do things from experience. And these people know, like, the Hollywood corporate system. And so that's what they create. And it's just a load of managers going upwards until there's one guy at the top who manages other people, who manage the people below them. And they literally made it with the rings.
I hope they come into those orc families and try to get them part of this pyramid scheme because they want to take care of their families to make money.
Oh, I tell you what, though, it had the funniest scene. When Galadriel comes to convince Elrond, and Elrond's just like, I'm not having any of it. And the way she talks to him is hilarious. And he's, what was it? She's like, I there was an instrument, but it wasn't of my tune. And he goes, he played your song like the tune of the fiddle.
Okay, I died at that scene because it's like in all season 1, we're like, Galadriel's literally stupid. He told you the truth, and you chose to gaslight yourself.
Elrond is entirely right in this scene. That I really like Elrond in that episode because every single thing he did was correct, and everyone else is a lunatic, and he's the only one going, and now he's not right from a lore perspective. But if you just go off what the show is telling you and throw out the lore, because they have,
yeah.
As far as the show is concerned, those rings are evil. They are tainted. They do have influence over other people, which means Elrond is correct. But when he said he was playing this song for you, and what was it? It was like he was a captain who knew what to give you, knew what to tell you, and knew that he could ride you to victory. And I died. That was it.
You.
Yeah, he was like, he wanted to ride you to victory, and then he went.
If anything, Galadriel.
I'm like, wait, what?
Galadriel wanted to ride him to victory.
And then he went. And then he did it to all of Linden. I couldn't take it. It's like, you've taken the euphemism too far, Elrond. Your power is astonishing.
Wild thing about the show, it's like it's all there. But okay, how I look at it as Galadriel, I've been in a relationship where I ignore all the red flags. They said this about this or yelled at a waiter, and then I was like, oh my god, he's hot, and I think he has a big dick, so I'll stick with it. And that's what Galadriel has done.
No, she hasn't ignored the red flags. He has gone, I am Sauron. It's basically, if a guy with red horns and a tail popped out of your wardrobe and went, I'm Satan himself, and you go, that's so hot. That's what's happened with Galadriel. Like, she hasn't ignored red flags. This guy has said, I am Satan himself, and she's like, oh, this is amazing.
I can change you.
I don't know. She doesn't want to change him. She wants him exactly the way he is. Because that's the whole thing with the changing. They want to change you. They want you to stand up to them and prevent you from changing them. And so it is literally, she is looking at Satan himself. And
I'm saying
he's
that's
like, we could
hot.
rule together. She's like, no. Although we could,
That
couldn't
is
we? This
so
would be amazing.
hot. Keep going,
Yeah,
Sauron. Be who you are, which is not wanting to do anything. Also, the idea of them wanting to make Sauron sympathetic. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, that's weird. There you go, Ian. I don't know what's going on. That's my
Wicked, sorry. We've taken
It's
over
okay.
the stream.
No, it's fine because there's a lot of people in here that watch Ring is a Power, so you guys go for it. At least I will be able to join in on the wonderful Agatha
In the future, yes.
Yeah, when is
Yes.
that? October?
Late September. But
All right.
in the meantime, okay, Disper, are you a huge Rings of Power or no, Lord of the Rings lore master person that knows
No.
a lot? Okay.
No, not at all.
Because I meant to ask this on FNT and I just never really had a chance. That beginning scene where Sauron, Adar, and all the orcs are there, and then the orcs try to like dethrone him, and then Adar stabs him with the helm, the crown. Would orcs do that to Sauron? Because I thought they were
someone in the
subservient
chat
to
will
him.
know.
Oh, in the first scene, no, it was nonsense. Orcs are basically the living embodiment of evil. They're animalistic. They are instinctual. They're about as close to the physical embodiment of evil as you can get, and so they would follow power. You would control them via fear. They would respect power.
And that's why I thought it was like so
Like,
confusing why they would
wouldn't
put
respect
a scene
Adar
like that.
because Adar would lose in a fight to Sauron. So because Sauron's
So
more powerful,
why
they would
did they
follow
attack Sauron and then try
Yeah, it
to
was
kill
nonsense.
him? Like, I think that was them trying to make him sympathetic and like
No, they said that. They said the first 20 minutes will make you pity Sauron. And I'm like, no, because he's evil. I don't pity evil. Evil
literally-
gets what it deserves.
he was trying to make them subservient to him, which they should have been subservient to him.
Yeah, it didn't
And
make
then-
sense because he was correct. The humans don't like you. The elves don't like you. You have nowhere else to go. I am your only decision. I am your only choice. The problem was Sauron would never need to pitch to the orcs like that. Like, Sauron would walk into the room. He'd, like, backhand one around the face. They would know he's stronger than them all, and they would submit.
Yeah.
It's like when one's going, like, do we have to go to war? No, the orcs wanted to go to war.
Yes.
They wanted to kill people. They are bloodthirsty. This is their instinct. And so it would be the other way around. It would take an incredibly strong force to stop them going out, and doing evil to people. Like, if you wanted to keep them ordered and at home, that's what would take, like, the violence and the authority.
That's
not
why
the other
I
way
hate this, like, this change in like good and evil. Like, we have to have this dichotomy in this show to make it make sense. But now that we're trying, I say we, but like they're trying to break down that evil is not so evil. They have families. They don't want to go to war, but blah, 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 this and that. And to make Sauron sympathetic, it's like, why are we trying to make evil less evil? It makes no sense.
They don't like the idea that a group of people can be, like, instinctually different to another group of people. That's
There
the
are
problem.
people who are instinctually evil, people who literally
Yes.
want to cause, as Amandla Stenberg says, discourse.
Yeah, but they
in the
don't believe
world.
in that. Their idea is no person is evil. Society makes you that way, which is one
People
of the
who
reasons.
want socialism are basically evil so that they can
Yes.
live off the work of other people.
Yes, but their idea is that no person is born evil. Society makes them that way, which is one of the reasons they're against
Oh,
like prosecuting evil or prosecuting criminals, because they don't think it's their fault. They think that if you took, like, a random serial killer and you put him in your life, he would end up like you. They think everyone is born a completely blank slate. There's nothing
not
to it.
true.
No, obviously it's not true. Anyone with a brain isn't true, but you're not talking to intelligent people here.
That's true.
This is one of the issues why this has come out now. Over the last 130 years, IQ has dropped like 15 to 20 points. You are dealing with a lower class of people. The lower class of people is a lower class of people than the lower class back then. And so you are dealing with people who physically can't comprehend things anymore. We are now dealing with people who can't abstract. They can't think of ideas. They literally can only perceive their own reality. It's like when Amandla Stenberg is like, I think in my own reality. She was literal.
You
She
know what
cannot
words you just said.
perceive the world through another person's eyes. She can't put herself in somebody else's perspective.
No, and that's the thing. Is like they say empathy is like one of the things that people should have. But I don't really think
I don't think you
that
should
they
have
do.
empathy.
I think having empathy is a good thing, so you think you can relate to
don't.
other people's. But the thing is,
You can
are you
understand somebody else's perspective without empathy. Empathy means you feel what they feel, but if they're evil, you don't want to feel what they feel. You want to comprehend what they are through a logical perspective. Like, you should never empathize with a villain because you don't want to feel what they feel, because what they feel is evil. That's what drove them to it in the first place. It's actually, there's mirror neurons in the human brain which literally make you feel what the other person's feeling. It's like one of the reasons you can read facial expressions. Like, your brain literally makes you feel what they're thinking. It's a bit like mind reading.
I think, like, out of storytelling, empathizing just like regular humans.
I think relating to someone is better than empathizing.
It's kind of this like weird, like, I tried to at least try to empathize with most people, and maybe it's like the hospital person in me, like trying to understand situational, all that. But I mean, I don't know if I've tried to empathize with a real insane person. I think about those documentaries, like
if a
Jeffrey
guy came in-
Dahmer.
If
I don't
if
know
a
if I
guy
can
came into
empathize
a
with that.
hospital and you found out he'd like wiped out 50 people or something,
I still have to treat them.
you could understand that this guy is in pain, so I should give him painkillers, but you don't want to feel what he feels because what he feels has driven him to that place. That's why you think
I guess the
empathy is-
motivation on what brought them into the hospital isn't something I empathize with, but I empathize with the situation per se, and try to curtail my behaviors so that I can get the job done. Maybe that's where
Yeah.
I'm coming from with the empatheticness.
a healthy objectivity, I think, is good. It allows you to remain removed from the situation. Whereas I think empathizing can put you too much in their perspective, and you end up putting yourself in the place of the criminal, and you're like, oh, but now they're deserving of sympathy. No, they're not.
At that point, you're relating too much to your own life. Oh God.
No, but that's what empathizing is. Empathizing is putting yourself in their position, and I don't think you should. I think you should remain objective about things, so you can judge things rationally. rather
Rhino
than
just sent me
emotionally.
something that relates
What?
to this topic.
But
That's why I think I might have seen this video before. It's a little short. Oh, hold on. You know what? I don't think I did sound. Sorry. Oh, the sound. Does the audio tab automatically go on? Oh no, there it goes. That was weird.
depends on the browser.
Oh, okay. All right. So dad failed his daughter in life.
Kelly! Do it again really quick.
What?
What is it?
Is that
I
where
know
you
what's
think it
going
really
on.
goes?
It's throat spray. Where else am I supposed to spray it?
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I've seen this one before.
Oh my
Is
God.
that the dad
So
looks?
I only found out about throat spray because I worked with a nose, throat, and ear doctor. Because we had to put a scope down their throat. And now you understand.
So it's for when you're sick. If anybody in the chat isn't keeping up,
It's throat spray.
for like strep throat, right?
It's throat spray.
Anna.
It's throat.
Kelly!
She's like, you guys are
You
dumb.
know
It
what?
goes on your throat.
I would rather my daughter think throat spray is like that than know what throat spray is for. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, do
You
I
know
not
what?
know what it's for?
Look.
It's for like strep throat or something, right?
No, it's supposed to. and that's
I wouldn't want my daughter knowing how to numb a throat. I don't think that's going to be.
yeah.
end in
No.
a good place.
She's using it wrong, obviously. But do you not know?
I don't think she needs to know how to numb a
I
throat.
thought it's not for like it. Like, does it numb your throat if you're like sick or you got something wrong, or no?
Yeah,
Is it for
or
surgery?
take a big, huge D down your throat.
Oh, okay. Well, I
There you
literally
go.
just thought that it was for like if you're sick and I don't know, you have like a cough. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I learned it from ear, nose, and throat doctors when we put a scope
That
down
must have been
their
one hell
throat.
of a doctor.
down their throat into their stomach.
Oh, I've had that done. That was horrific.
It is horrible.
They
I feel bad for
asked me,
patients.
"Do you want to get knocked out, or do you just want
Knocked out.
not
Just knocked out.
for in the future? I'd get knocked out." Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's so many
It's
times
horrific.
that patients will like wake. Well, they're awake, but like.
Oh
they'll
no, I
start
was awake through
moving.
the entire thing. I made the
Do
wrong.
you remember
decision.
it?
Yeah, because I wasn't knocked out. I didn't have general.
That sucks.
Do you
I'm
know
sorry.
what? The only thing I remember is the nurse just like stroking my forehead. Like my entire world collapsed just into that. Like my body shut down because it was like so horrific that the only sensation I was focusing on is somebody like stroking into my forehead.
Yeah. Well,
because
and I'm sure you were
literally
moving
make
around a
you
lot.
like retch because they gotta like shove it down, so they make you
Yeah.
go, and
And
he
it's,
keeps
like,
going until
really
it's like
thick
waiting for it.
too. The scope is not small.
Apparently, the modern one is significantly better than it used to be. So
The
whate-
modern
whatever
ones
it
are
is now-
probably around this big now.
Oh yeah, the when they get it out and it looks like a garden hose, I was like, but
Yeah.
before that, the doctor had told me no, it used to be way worse. So I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
and
what
sometimes they
happened
need to
before?
go up your butt instead. So be glad you never had that.
Would you
Aren't
agree
your
with that,
intestines like
Ian,
really,
that most of these
really,
videos are
really
actually
long and
fake?
twisty? So
It
that
depends
would
on
seem
where
like
you need to
way more
go.
difficult.
No, it depends on where you need to go. So if it's just your stomach and a little
Mine
bit
was
of
the
the small
stomach.
intestines, then they go through your throat. But if it's large intestine, they got to go through your butt.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, at least they don't have to go through like the retching whole angle.
Oh my god.
During this, I did find in my video the I've got to work out how to do it for this. Would it be window? Yeah, this won't get claimed because it's cut. But this is the intro where it
Oh my
shows
god,
the
his
already
hair
felt
looks
it.
horrible.
It does the riding thing.
Not this
I don't know
version.
whether I needed to tick audio, so you'll have to let me know. Oh, I
I
think
don't
I've
hear
got it.
audio.
No, no
Right,
audio.
it was at double speed as well. Hang on. So how
If
do I
you-
share audio?
There's a
Are
little
you
tab
using
at the
a
bottom.
different browser? Sometimes that it matters. I'm drunk.
Oh, it's because I had to share window, but it says to share audio, you have to do a tab or a screen, and I can't because it's a window. So apparently I can't share audio. That's awful.
Send
This is an
it
awful
to
program.
Wicked Virtue and then give her the timestamp.
Well, it's an entire video. I can't.
Oh.
Boo! Oh my
Well-
god, Dan! I've done that to some 20-year-olds. Barium enema. It was a nightmare.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, my
I
dad's told me
I
about that.
feel
Like because
so
it's
bad.
it's like metal, like
It
liquid
tastes
metal.
like metal. So
Well, he says the worst bit is afterwards.
when you poop it out,
Mm-hmm. It's like it's like just. It's like
yeah,
you are literally crapping out metal, so it makes it
Yeah.
interesting kind of.
because you drink it to fill your small intestines, and then we fill you up with the large intestines. Retrograde.
You seem way too
Retro.
enthusiastic with that.
No,
You're
I
"We
mean like
fill you up." It's like
uh,
yeah,
I will say they're one of the most like beautiful
it's a free
pictures.
all day.
No, they make really beautiful pictures so that you could see any like defects if there are any defects, but I feel really bad for patients when they go through it, especially young 20-year-olds because like I listened to a podcast and I forgot which country star it was, but he was going through a barium enema and one of his techs was going to his concert that night and I was just thinking, "Oh my god. That's awkward."
Oh, a singer was having it done, and the
Yeah.
guy. Oh, well.
And the
I mean-
person who did it went to his concert that night. Like, what the
Hey,
heck?
you got to know him, you know.
Yeah, very intimate.
Yeah. Some fan visits.
Let's get some of these super chats and then we'll move on to the next.
That was a meet. That was
topic.
an impromptu meetup. That's what it was.
Oh no.
Very private, very intimate.
Very, yeah.
Darth Gavel for
I hope he
5.
gave him
Thank you. Chicken of the tree, solid white brown squirrel in water coming to a store near you. Oh, like chicken of the sea with chicken of the tree. Just was like, I don't like that at all.
I have no idea what that means. So
You know,
it's
chicken of the
fine.
sea. It's I don't know if they have
No.
that in the UK. It's tuna. They call it chicken of the sea. It's is it a brand,
Oh
right?
my god.
So chicken of the tree is a squirrel.
I've never heard of that, but cool.
There you
have
go.
it. Oh,
There's more
there you
IQ
go.
dropping. You would need more
Fear.
proof.
Oh my god.
They can't even say tuna anymore. Four letters.
Well, I think it's just a brand. That's like their slogan. Fear the Bert. It's Beardo as Bert for $1.99. Take
That's
a guess what
amazing.
Beardo's new haircut looks like. Like that?
Has he had a new
Gay?
haircut?
Does it? Did she say gay?
I don't know.
I haven't
Sorry,
seen it.
no filter.
That's a joke in coupling. A guy gets his hair cut and they're taking the piss out of it, saying he looks gay, and they're like, he's like, no, it's a strong haircut. It's a strong hair. I've got some meetings coming up. Meetings. It's
gay.
a strong man's haircut. And then in the end they go, what exactly did you say to the hairdressers? He goes, I needed a strong man's haircut. It's like, was it those exact words? He went, well, no, I said, I need a hard man.
Oh God.
That's
Oh
No, seriously. X-Ray, you would love coupling. If I send you the link to episode 1 of Coupling, if you watch it, I guarantee you want to watch
my
the
God,
rest.
we should.
Coupling is, it's still my favorite comedy out of everything.
Amazeballs. That was so funny.
Andrew, thank you for the 2 pounds. Alabama man keeping meth fueled attack squirrel. This was back. We're way behind. This is when we were talking about the squirrel game.
Well, no, there were a lot of videos online of drunken squirrels, especially after Halloween. They
so
get into the
cute.
pumpkins that people leave, and they've like fermented, and then it's just like piss squirrels all over the
Perfection.
place. Yes, as all lives should be.
Darth
They
Racer,
get
thank you
pissed
for the
and take over
5.
the world.
I saw the Reagan movie. It was good. I gave it 8 out of 10. The critics hated it, but the audience score was around 98%. Reagan, like in The Exorcist, is that like a new movie that just came out?
I assumed president, but I don't know.
Oh, or that. I just think of because Halloween's coming up.
I mean, it's probably the same movie.
Same movie.
Yeah, it's like a biography, but he's also possessed.
Oh nope. It is. You're right. It is the president. Okay. Well, no, come.
I mean, I was
thinking
just
of, like,
assuming
Halloween.
the
No, you're right.
English
I was
person
thinking
in
of
here.
like Halloween horror nights and stuff and all that, and I got all that on my head, like in my brain right now. So okay, it's with okay.
I'd quite like
I
to see
didn't-
that, like an American president exorcist. And it's like his
That'd be
country gets
hilarious.
possessed by demons, and the president's like the last guy left. Who's just
Oh
going
yeah,
around.
Well, not like Rotten Tomatoes actually matters, but yeah, it's got the audience rating is 4.7 out of 5
Wasn't
though.
there
That's
something
actually
that?
pretty
There was,
good.
like a vampire movie or something about that?
Oh, interesting. I probably won't see this in theaters, but I would like to watch it. I mean, everything goes to streaming within a month or so these days.
Abraham
so.
Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I knew
I
it
heard
was something
it's
like
pretty
that.
good. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Leave me alone. I'm still low. I'm still
She's like,
recuperating from
is he the
last
new
week.
character?
New Dead by Daylight
He's
character.
going to be a new hunter, the American president.
That would be kind of cool. Ken,
It was
thank you
like
for the
just Trump
Canadian
going
too.
around.
Just
Is that you are the finest escapees?
the only meds I take are heart meds after surgery. Well, not all meds are bad. Those are our
It keeps
conversation.
the
We were talking about.
pumping. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Extra Justin, thank you for the 5. X-ray girl is X-ray going full woo.
Ooh. I'm so kawaii right now.
Hi, Dimaj, and I thank you for the 5. Sup, ladies, and disbrew. I was a sick kid growing up. I had 7 surgeries. I have
my
a high
God.
tolerance for pain, but some headaches can be brutal. Yeah. Well, I have had family
go
that
to
grew up with like
sleep with 'em.
migraines that were like like you couldn't move, you couldn't do anything, sensitivity to
Mhm.
light. So, I mean, even then, sometimes like medicine, like aspirin, didn't help, and they'd have to just be like in a dark room with like a cool cloth on their head or something. I actually used to have really bad headaches, but I when I was younger, I had an issue like I couldn't take meds because when you don't know how to take any kind of pills, like even vitamins or anything, it's hard to do it when you're a kid. So I used to just have to deal with it, and that's what I would do. Just
I
put
can't
something
swallow
cool.
pills like when I
Some
was a
people can't.
kid, like Tylenol. It's like
No,
so
not at
small
all.
too. What's
No.
wrong with me?
This Drew's like, wait a minute, he was gonna go somewhere with that, but then when you added when I was a kid, he's like, okay, I stop.
No. It was when she said pills. I'm like, well, at least you finished the sentence.
Yeah.
No, but there is. Yeah, I used to have migraines. I just go to bed. I just
Yeah.
it's a dark room. I tend to lie on the side
because my migraines are always like behind one of my eyes, generally my left.
Like a
eye.
pressure one.
Yeah, so I just like
Oh,
lay on my
worst.
left side and I just go to sleep, and it's generally gone. Because I think my migraines are probably caused by computers and stuff. So
Probably
Yeah,
stress, the lights.
it's not
and
stress.
Dehydration.
I get stressed, but I never feel stressed.
He can
Which-
never be dehydrated. He's got milk.
That's true.
He's got his desk milk.
My brain just immediately went to that. I don't even know what it's from. It might be The Simpsons, where there's just like a billboard and it's just like got milk.
Oh
That
my
was
god.
big in the 90s. She's got
She's
attacked
getting
by her
attacked.
light. Old
we
Renaissance
told you it was a
boomer.
horror film.
It was. Do you remember for 4 months?
I have to go to the
He-
bathroom. Be right back.
Okay. PC
Well, at least
was a
we found
Jeremy
out.
Piven movie, and no, reality is becoming idiocracy. Oh, Jeremy Piven. I wonder if I've seen that.
Well,
I might have,
it's-
like a long time
I-
ago, when it came out.
I don't think it's going that way specifically for the fact that the stupid people have all taken on an ideology that stops them giving birth. So I think that'll save us. But all the
It'll
way
save
through
us.
like the Victorian era, we were selecting for basically high IQ, so it was constantly going up, and then infant mortality went down, and so stupid people started to survive, and then it went down and down and down and down and down. But now with the new ideology balancing out, I do wonder if it's like a natural cycle and it just happens. So
I didn't mean to click that. Black Cane, thank you for a 5. I lift heavy stuff till I hurt and build shooty things till the sad voices in my head go away.
no, genuinely, lift big heavy rock, me feel better. It is a masculine instinct.
It's true. Hey, whatever
It
helps.
is.
But I mean, you're right. You're right.
No,
Carlos
I genuinely
Lima.
think one of the best advice for people who is like the I'm
Oh, we'll
depressed,
save
it's
this
like,
for when
okay,
Extra gets back.
get a 6-pack. See what you feel like then. I genuinely think there's a lot. I'm unhappy with. Okay, get a 6-pack. Because the things that you have to do to get a 6-pack are things that you have to do to improve your life. So you need to go and work at something every day. You need to contribute every day. You need to sort out your diet. You need to actually build up like dedication and like a regime. So you need to actually be in control of yourself and your own impulses. If you can get a 6-pack, you can be happy. I don't have a 6-pack.
there's a
but I think
lot
it's good
of-
advice.
He's like, I don't have one, so I don't know. But I mean, you should still aim for it.
Well, no, it's not that you need a 6-pack to be happy. It's that everything you need to get a 6-pack is everything you need to be happy. It gives you
Yeah.
the tools that will then improve the rest of your life. So then I don't think you'll be upset anymore.
I was waiting for someone to make 6-pack joke of beer. He's talking about abs.
Well, I mean,
It's like, well, you know,
after
that
a few
also
of them,
helps
you probably
sometimes.
wouldn't care. So, you know,
You probably
it works for
wouldn't
the
care.
Irish.
Zach, thank you for the Canadian 2 hashtag free Barry.
I don't know who Barry is.
Who's Barry?
Barry Allen. He's the Flash, the thickest person alive. My favorite Flash episode is when the Flash isn't in it, and it's their girl power episode, and they all immediately turn evil. It's amazing. It was one of my first videos on my channel, and it is literally without Barry, all the women are evil. It's great.
It's great. This one Slosher's another one for extra. I'll save that one. Harokami for £5. If I ever go to a meetup, I'm wearing my kilt, and you gotta go walk right up
Well.
to Dustborne. Well,
But this isn't a nudist
you.
beach, all right?
There's
There's no need to show off.
Don't
What are we
show too much
showing off
knee.
for?
Well, he said if I'm ever going to a meetup, I'm wearing a kilt. I'm like, it's not a nudist beach. You don't need to show off. You know.
Are these two? I saved these two for you. Actually, they're for you.
Ooh. Okay. Carlos Lima, your stepson. X-ray, start braiding your wig and play victim to imitate Amandla Stenberg.
It was amazing how Amandla Stenberg spent 8 minutes in a video making her hair worse.
I mean, like, I don't know how to treat black hair, but like, I don't
like
get the
that.
whole get ready with me type videos. I think they're stupid, but that's just me personally.
I think it's for when you know your audience is thick.
I like
So,
the get
like-
ready with me ones when you're telling like a good story. Like I watched this one Bailey Sarian's her name, and she tells like true crime stories and like very dark history stories. She's actually not she doesn't get ready when she does the dark history stuff, but it's like it's kind of like she says she doesn't just do something with her hands because while she's talking, she'll get like she doesn't want to just sit there and stare at the camera. So that's
fair.
interesting, but like just getting ready and like I don't know, it's not that I don't find it that interesting either.
Star Wars Theory had the best response when he was recording a response to her, and he said, "Should I record this on the toilet?" Like that is. It's like literally, her like get ready with me is when you think your audience is thick and stupid, and so or you're not confident in what you're saying to be interesting enough. So
you need to
some,
distract.
yeah, you need something else to stimulate them. So combined with your speech, it's enough to stimulate them enough to keep watching. It's the same on TikTok where there'll be a guy talking about a topic, but there'll also be another video completely unrelated, and it's like they're in a driving game or like Tetris or it's just random gameplay
That has
footage.
nothing to do with what they're talking about. No. That's
Yeah, but it's
stupid.
like double the stimulus, so it allows them to be interested enough to keep watching.
But that's the problem with Gen Z is that, like, I mean, yeah, I've noticed even me, like, watching Rings of Power. I don't want to be watching Rings of Power because
that's 'cause
I
it's
don't
boring.
want to. Well, and that's what Gen Z is. They watch shows, but they also want to be on their phone as well. The cuts that people make on these TV shows are so quick and drastic, especially on reality shows. I love my reality shows. I understand it's a very girly thing, but like it's like no scene is longer unless it really has like emotional drawing to it. 2 seconds.
That was very Canadian pronunciation. Drawing?
Drawing? Yeah,
That was
but, like,
very...
Scenes don't last more than 2 seconds because people get bored with like whatever's
Her?
happening on screen.
Yeah.
I do think I've described it before as like second monitor TV, but this category has always existed. All the CW shows were the same, except they were more like ironing TV. It was something where it's not particularly strenuous. You don't need to concentrate on it, so you can do housework while it's on, and you can periodically look up at it, and it'll basically always be the same. You can always keep up with it. I think soap operas were exactly the same.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you could always do something else, and it was on as background noise. You paid periodic attention, but could always keep up with it at the same time. So I think this is all. I don't think this is a Zoomer thing exactly. Because that would also imply that like Zoomers are so like hyper aware, they're
Second
so
slasher.
intelligent that they need multiple veins of input. Like they could watch 2 videos at the same time because they're just that onto it. It's like no, they're thick. Like this is the whole
No,
point.
yeah, exactly. They're the opposite, that they need multiple stimulus to even feel remotely aware of whatever's going on with them.
But they're not paying attention to any of it. And like those TikTok videos, it is like a car driving along in a video game. It's not actually. There's no content there. It's just another visual thing to look at.
Stimulus.
But it's not contributing anything there.
Yeah. And I think that's like a detriment to society in general. I'm not talking about Gen Z specifically. I'm talking about everyone in general. Like the fact that like people will talk while they're on their phones to other people. I think that is absolutely one of the most rude things that you can do to a human being. Like
It is. I can't stand that. I try my best to if I'm at dinner, you keep your phone flipped
phone
over.
face down unless you know you
Why
have
do people put their phones on the table? I've never understood it. Put in your.
Well,
I think-
some of us if a girl like if me and actually are out to like a nice dinner and wearing dresses, we don't have pockets to put them in,
But
or
you
if we
have
don't
like a
have a purse.
handbag or
but
something, surely. You have-
Maybe.
yeah,
something.
no,
Sometimes
I
don't,
barely
though.
look at my phone unless we're taking pictures or
Mhm.
like if someone has a kid, I'll understand that because you want to make sure you're in contact with them or like a sick
Yeah,
family
don't put a
member.
kid
Blah,
in your
blah.
handbag.
Yeah, don't put them in your handbag. You know, most kids
It's
don't
not a
fit
puppy.
there. But like, you know, there's circumstances, but I've always said like if I date someone and they're on their phone, like even 10% of the date, like that's a huge red flag. I'm not gonna date you because you're not
Luckily
gonna
for
concentrate
Mark,
me.
you were okay with a Steam Deck.
Yes. Well, Steam Decks didn't exist at that point, so
Oh.
he had the advantage.
He was
there.
lucky because otherwise that would have been a goner.
Yeah, he would
He
have
managed
totally
to-
brought it on the first
He
date.
locked you down before the Steam Deck was invented.
He was very, very, very lucky. Nah.
Oh,
he-
this
he
is
was
a
very good.
really that's a great idea, Rhino. I love that. When I go out to dinner with mates, we put our phones in a bowl in the middle of the table, and if anyone touches their phone, they buy a round of drinks.
Hey, I'll win.
I love that.
I
That's not
cannot
a good
win
idea.
it
Your
too.
phone, your mate should be able to keep their phones in their pocket without touching them in the first place.
They
Like,
should,
that
but
is,
some
I have
can't.
a problem.
Some can't.
therefore I'm
I've
gonna
got
come up with a
friends
way to
that
try
are
and solve it.
always like on their phone, and it's like you got to be like, hey,
What? How?
because some people have
I'm
like
here. What's
some
up?
people have like I find myself doing it like I have like a timer because we all, especially if we're by ourselves, we all do it where we just like doom scroll or we just like get lost watching reels and like shorts and just I have it to where I can only go on social media like Twitter or Instagram for an hour and I don't even go over it. Like I have a timer on my phone where it cuts me off to remind me like, okay, stop. I do that on purpose because like we just pick up our phones and constantly look at it.
I've never really been into shorts. I mean, I just don't find Peter Dinklage that interesting.
Oh my gosh.
I can totally see Ian grabbing Dispar's phone. Just saying.
I mean, it's
I'm
locked.
kidding.
What are you gonna do?
No, with
He'd
what
be more
he
likely
said
to go for the car
previously,
keys.
He said that whoever's phone you grab,
I don't
you have
need
to
a
have sex with
timer.
him.
I'm just saying I do it to keep myself off because one of my like I'm a content creator, so like all of us are on our phones a lot finding topics for streams and stuff,
What?
but I just keep myself off
I
of it.
never
Some
used
people,
Twitter before
some
I
people
started a
can't
YouTube
do that.
channel.
Me
So I have an hour
too.
timer
I
to
hated
remind myself
Twitter.
like just finish tomorrow. But like I said, it doesn't even get to an hour. I know people who spend like hours and hours and hours every day on their phone, and that's no
Refreshing.
thanks.
So like my thing that I do is if I do any work, I'll put a 50-minute timer. This is just from university where you can concentrate for 50 minutes pretty well on a topic without distraction, et cetera, like 100%. After 50 minutes, it starts to wean a little bit. So if I don't look at my phone, after that, I get 10 minutes of doom scrolling. It's great.
I don't do it.
Doom scrolling. Yeah, you do.
I
You
work
send
best.
us
I
funny
work best under
videos.
pressure. So I have like a publishing time. I'm like, this has got to get done by this time, and so I will kill time and procrastinate up until a point like there is no more time now. It's like I have to do it now.
I mean, you create like what 3 vids a week around 2 to 3?
Yeah, I used to have a
Does.
pattern when there's like a weekly thing of what was it? So it's like 2 days, 2 days, 3 days. So that would be 3 a week. But like last time, I've done like I don't actually remember. It's like 5 videos in 5 days or something.
Wow,
And
that's insane.
I was gonna do a video today and a video tomorrow, and I just couldn't talk about Amandla Stenberg. I just couldn't do it. I had tabletop instead, and I'm like, that'll do.
Tabletop is so much more fun. I actually miss it so much. Like I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, it's why I'm still doing tabletop. Just
Yeah,
because I
it's
enjoy
a
it.
great reprieve to
Yeah.
everything that's happening, and like I'm very
Yeah.
selective of what streams I like to do for reasons. Obviously, I want to
Yeah,
have fun.
same.
So if you
But that's one of
discount
them.
today, I've done 7 videos in 8 days.
Wow,
Yeah.
there's a lot of news this week, though. To be fair, so
Yeah, it was like because 3 episodes of Lord of the of Rings of Power. There's War of the Rohirrim.
Acolyte,
Acolyte
at
always
least 1 or
stops.
2
There was The
videos of
Crow.
Acolyte.
Yeah.
Did you watch The Crow?
No, but I like doing when something really bad comes out and all the critics hate it. I love doing review summaries. They're my
Reviews
favorite.
on the reviews.
I did the same thing for Borderlands. Well, it's like a summary thing. I just go through like the funny bits of the reviews. It's one of my favorite types of videos. It's great.
I
And the
know.
more they hate it, the more I enjoy the video.
I forgot who it was that they were questioning. I remember we were talking about like reviews and what is okay as a review or not. And like, I think as a full in-depth review, I think you should watch whatever it is or play whatever it is to do a full depth review. Otherwise, you can't call it full review. But if you do a review on a review and make that apparent, I love that.
This was literally called The Crow Critics Reviews. So right up front, everyone knows I'm covering critics reviews. I'm not saying I watched it or anything. It's not my opinion. I'm literally just covering what they've said and like commenting on what they've said. But yeah, obviously, if you review something, you have to have watched it. That's the minimum.
Full and complete.
But I also the reason why I don't like covering like reviewing movies is because I can't use footage of what I'm talking about.
No, it's too
So,
difficult. You
Yeah,
might
I
dox
liked
yourself.
Rebel Moon, where I could use footage of Rebel Moon to highlight the point I was making about Rebel Moon, or like
Can
Rings
I
of
just
Power
say-
episode clips.
So we were going through Netflix earlier, and one of the categories on Netflix was blockbuster movies. Rebel
Oh,
Moon
no.
was under blockbuster movies.
Blockbuster.
Shut the front door. This is not a blockbuster movie. Shut up.
Netflix has some
Shut
really
up.
weird categories.
Yeah, there's some.
Like what I've just gone on to check it. This is the full title: Romantic East Asian Workplace TV Programs. Like how narrow is that niche?
That is a very niche
Yeah.
category.
Like Netflix, it's like they just make them up. Imaginative Japanese TV programs.
They're just trying to curtail the categories to you, Disparu.
Emotional Mandarin, like, well, actually, most of my Netflix page now is just foreign stuff. They have learned.
They know, which is funny because Mark, his mom,
Critically
uses his
acclaimed,
account.
binge-worthy crime TV programs. They're just making stuff up.
Critically acclaimed, crime-worthy. What?
No, critically acclaimed, binge-worthy crime TV programs is a title.
That is so stupid.
This
Well,
one I think was sorry, Slosher. When you were talking about the guy in the beach.
the nude beach.
You should have asked him.
Slosher
on his
for
sundial.
5 Canadian. X-ray, you should have asked what time for the time on his sundial. I think that if I had asked them, he would have thought I was hitting on him. So no.
Well,
Probably. She
obviously.
stayed far away
Generally,
from it.
if you walk up to a guy who is very clearly
Who's
showing that
naked.
kind
Showboating.
think-
You showboating.
I think that's a
Wow.
fair assumption.
That's
I
a
do.
fair
At that
assumption,
point,
I
I'm
agree.
like,
Oh, I
well,
agree. I was not going to do that.
This one is wait, what? Question mark? Mind-boggling binge watches.
Wait, what? Oh my god, that's silly.
It starts with wait, comma, what? Question mark.
What?
That is silly. Jesus, thank you for gifting a membership. Here.
Saucy.
I wonder what your demographic category would be based on what you watch, because sometimes they get it wrong and sometimes they get it
This brew
so
would
right.
be everything
There
Korean.
is a lot
dramas.
of, like, one of them is romantic Korean TV comedy dramas.
X-rays
That's
is
why I
probably
think you might be a
reality.
little wrong. It might be a little wrong guessing what your profile is, but I don't know.
I'm literally scrolling nearly every single show it's listed me as Korean or Japan. Nearly every single
Yeah,
one.
That's
they
so funny.
understand what you like, which is
Mhm.
fine.
They understood
Oh,
the
no, it's
assignment
great.
for just Peru.
I'm just
I
waiting
have
for
a
them to
mix of
learn that I only
stuff.
watch dub stuff.
Even like on YouTube. So I don't love like get ready with me's, but I do watch like makeup stuff sometimes. But I'm more into like the cosplay stuff. I love watching people transform because I do that stuff too. I'm learning, and like special effects makeup. I'm trying to learn about that stuff too. That stuff's really fascinating to me.
Wicked's
it's
gonna
hard.
appear and she's gonna be like, I've just got my head cut off. And she's like been watching a makeup tutorial.
She now has a
Uh,
side shave. I can't handle it.
yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
can't. Yuck.
Arrow got me. Thank you for another 5. Haggis is illegal in the US. Is it really?
Is it? I didn't know that.
I have to look that up.
I will say a lot
Like,
of
we're not having any
organs
more Scottish people over
have,
here. We've got
like,
enough.
different I know liver has a lot of vitamin A, which is great. Not enough people have vitamin A in their diet.
Uh,
But I don't like the texture of liver though.
I think
it's
a
because
lot...
of sheep's lung. It says it's due to the traditional ingredient sheep's lung. So it is.
I thought it was stomach.
There's no, it's the stomach is the outside casing, but inside is like loads of other stuff. I
Okay.
think a lot of the I think America bans a lot of like European food just for like, well, you ban our stuff, so we're gonna ban yours. Like we like
Oh.
chicken because you chlorine wash it, eggs because you wash the eggs. Like a lot of that stuff is banned over here. So I think you're like, well, we don't want your stuff. We
We don't want
so
this. You can keep
pissy.
yours.
we don't want your haggis then if you're not gonna have our chicken. I think there's a lot of that goes on in these things.
I can
Old
see that.
Renaissance Boomer, thank you for the 2. You know, off the rails just doesn't describe it. What, saucy? Exactly.
Yeah.
We talked about
That's-
some really weird stuff today.
We sure did, but that's what saucy is. We have topics and we go off of them often because that's what makes it fun and different.
As long as we get to the Asmongold Star Wars.
Oh,
clip,
that's
I'll
going to be
happy.
next.
Oh
okay.
my
Raj
god,
and
I can't.
Thank you for the 2. I never put my mouth on it. X-ray girl 8/31/24 August
No,
31st.
my SMB7 microphone. I would never put my mouth on it.
I mean, look, yeah, but
Jefferson C post for 5. The drugs didn't knock me out
look how
during my
thick
photo.
it is.
It is humongous. I'm telling you. If you can fit that in your mouth, you are like a perfect either woman, heterosexual relationship, or gay man. Like honestly, that is huge.
Yeah, marriage material.
Yeah, if you can
Jeez,
put that in your mouth,
Jefferson,
Disper's like,
5
I'll marry you.
5 feet. They didn't knock you out, and you had a 5 feet inside. Wow.
Wait. The drugs didn't knock me out during
She's
my
like,
first
"Wait, I just
colonoscopy.
Wait, no, why would you need it for a colonoscopy?
No, you do because it's very invasive. Like the scope, mind you, is at least this big.
Yeah, but
know?
like when my stomach was done, the difficult bit was the gag reflex. There's nothing like that at the other end. That
No,
seems
no.
like the
Your
easy bit.
butthole is made to excrete things. So shoving something up your butthole is not natural. I'm telling you, this is not like a drunk talk. This is actually serious talk.
Dungeon Daddy.
No, and like as someone who's done barium enemas, people will like wince.
Hey, the way you said that, it sounded like you did them for fun. It was like, hey, it was a Saturday night. I'm gonna have it. It's gonna be a wild one today.
I've done it Saturday nights. I've done it Friday nights. I've done it Friday mornings. Doesn't matter the time. It still
I'm
sucks.
always ready to do one. It's just on the side.
The mystery 809 for
It's
5
gonna be a party
Canadian.
night.
Will Disparu play the new game on Steam,
It's a
Squirrel with a Gun?
freehold.
Yes, he is gonna play it, and I hope he goes live because you guys deserve to see that.
I've bought
At least
it.
once.
Yes.
He has it already. Okay, he's ready. Reset the cripple for 5. As a person that has had 20 surgeries and I guess a high pain tolerance, I agree with Disparu. Most pain is just your mentality.
Oh, no. It's
Well-
absolutely mental because pain is it's interpreted by your brain. You can touch a hot pot, like searing hot, and you could touch it and look at it and it won't hurt. But then 2 seconds later, once your brain processes it, you will feel the pain.
Well-
Pain is all interpreted by your brain.
Well, I mean, obviously, pain is a response to stimulus, but like so sound and everything else. My issue, it wasn't so much that pain is mental. It's that if you can cope with something, then it's probably better to go through the natural thing than it is to put some random man-made thing that shouldn't be on your body into your body. I just think that most of those kind of chemicals and everything else are bad for you, and I
Like
think it makes it
Tylenol?
worse. No, anything basically, because what it makes you do is it makes you reliant on them, and so now the next time you do have pain, if there's nothing there, you now can't cope with it because you're not used to it. So it's more like it's the same thing as us. You get rid of bullying, suddenly everyone's weak and they're a victim and they can't cope with life. Any of this kind of stuff, it is better for you to suffer through and learn to cope with the low level stuff that you can cope with, so that when you get hit with something really hard, you're now able to handle it better than it is to make all of your minor struggles and pains go away, because then when you get something that isn't minor, you just collapse.
No, I totally
build it
agree
like a
with
tolerance.
that sentiment. Because like I mean, I never had bad like female monthly pains or whatever, but like if you have to take drugs every time you go on your monthly visitor, like that's that how are you gonna cope with the rest of your life? How are you gonna cope with having a
Mhm.
child?
I-
All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, my comment was
True.
more like when people are like, "Oh, I've got a little headache," and they immediately go away with it. So
Yeah.
they're never in pain. And I think it's better that if you can cope with something, it's probably better to cope with something because it will make you stronger overall.
And I will still say pain is mental. My favorite. Okay, so I've had patients, and it is like I compare the kid who doesn't have his broken foot and is crying and thrashing, and the parents are trying to cope with them. They don't understand it. And then you get the kids that, and I will say this, it's mostly Middle Eastern and Southeastern Asian types that will, despite even having a broken wrist, will still move their arm however they need to get the pictures. You can tell which kids have been disciplined and which
Oh, yeah.
have not, just based on that situation, let alone. And like, I commend those parents who are able to get their child to live with a pain that is not, it's not pleasant.
easy.
Having a broken tone is not pleasant. Okay.
No.
And it sucks, but to get them through that, wild.
Or just shove
Absolutely.
them in a tube.
Or
Oh, yeah, the
two.
tube.
You can't do that with the wrist X-ray, but the chest and abdomen, hell yes. I love it.
Anything
I-
can get done in a
I
tube
will
if
shove
you
a
shove hard enough.
3-year-old. It's supposed to be up to 2 years old, but I've put 3-year-olds in it.
Mm-hmm. Just
Like, I've-
make a
I've
bigger
done it.
tube. You could shove a 50-year-old in one if you just expanded the tube a bit. I think everyone should go in a tube.
Everyone should go into once in
I
their
would
life.
totally, if they had 50-year-olds tubes
You just
to take a good X-ray. Now, like, I think it's different because as when I was working as a female in a hospital, I've had patients that will literally pretend that they can't do stuff till they can cop the feel or whatever it is. It's disgusting. And then my male colleague,
Ugh.
oh yeah, I'll do anything. God dang it.
Elaine, thank you for the 5. Wicked, I love
and
that
that
you
was
know
how
who Bailey.
Mark met X-ray.
I love that you know who Bailey Sarian is. I prefer her older videos, but she is an amazing MUA. She is. Dark History is kind of meh. Murder, mystery, and makeup is where it's at. Yes, I love those videos.
I'm fine
'Cause
with
it's
that,
like,
yeah.
it's like it's like you're sitting there with a friend. I showed her to a couple of my friends, and they're like, "Oh my god!" There's even guys that like watching her because it's just the way she talks to you. It's like you're just sitting there chatting with a friend while she's telling you the story. And for girls that like to do makeup, it's fun to watch these. She does intricate stuff, though. It's not like she's just putting out like she goes in, and she really is a wonderful makeup artist. She's talented.
Is she
But yeah, I
attractive?
like. Yeah, she's pretty
That's
too.
why the men are watching it.
There you go. Well, she gets
It's
best. She gets
actually
both.
so true because Star Wars Outlaws, if they had a hotter girl, I'd probably
Yes.
like playing her.
Speaking of that, we will get to these rest of these super chats in a little bit, guys. So I'm caught up. The last one, it says 9:26, so only 10 minutes ago, so we kind of caught up. Let's show this Asmund gold.
Oh my god,
Bruce is
that
waiting for
video is
this.
hilarious.
I didn't see it. This is my
It
first.
goes on for 2 minutes, but it gets like the longer it
Should we
goes
watch
on,
the
the
whole
worse
thing?
it gets, and the funnier it. Yes, 100%.
Okay,
That's
Let me
how
know
some
when to
dates
pause
have
it.
gone for me.
I'm gonna execute.
Good job, Rancho.
I'm sorry, I just have a slow motion punch. I'm sorry, I'm
Well,
gonna
no,
judge
this is- yeah.
immediately.
He's already punching someone with a helmet in the face,
Just
right?
just
it's-
mute it. Just mute it and we can watch.
Mute it. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, the
Okay,
audio
there
is.
we go.
Although, well, actually, I mean, he does start laughing and stuff. His commentary is pretty good.
But like, okay, so the
The
yellow
audio won't get you
box-
claimed or anything. You are fine with the audio.
the yellow things are basically they know you're there, but
I
they're
would
like
just
looking
lower
for
the
you.
volume so it doesn't overwhelm us.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah, so now they've seen him go in the bush and they've forgotten he exists.
It's like
And he's just sitting there.
Wow.
So more people come over. And he's losing it at this point because they can't find him. So he decides, no, I think I'm going to go out. So
And
once
just
again,
start
we see him.
punching.
We're going to shoot him.
and then
I've
go
gone
back in the bush.
Oh,
This is the bush of
no.
immortality. Where could he possibly be? He's in the grass. So then they decide, hang on, we know he's in this bush. What happens if we go inside the bush?
They're in the bush.
Yeah,
They can't
then right,
find
I
him.
don't know where he is. He could be anywhere.
Okay. All right.
That is freaking funny.
And now they're shooting at him, but because he's in the bush, the game makes them miss. So they're actually like shooting underneath him. I think the idea is it makes you panic and run out, but if you just sit there, they will shoot at you forever, and you are immune.
They can't find you.
Bush of immortality hurts.
Yeah, like, just randomly kick next to him. I don't know where he
like-
is.
This has happened in
No.
The gameplay for
oh, which game was it that I was playing that you can hide in the bushes as well?
Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows was not only praised by players and critics alike, but also highlighted the cutting-edge capabilities of our game engine.
Mm-hmm. Cutting edge gameplay there. $111. Thank you.
The game. Okay, so the gameplay was like pretty good. It looks really good. I think that the story sucks. Like playing this outlaw that you do
We have
not
one
care
more.
about. I like comparing it to Cyberpunk because the character in Cyberpunk you have
think
this
it's the same thing.
affinity for because they've gone through whatever story they line that you wanted, the look that they have. Because I think if you actually could character create what you wanted, it might have been better. But seeing her go through that, and I'm saying V, my character V was female, and then seeing this chick, whatever name, Vay, whatever, I'm not interested in her. I don't care. I want her to be arrested at this rate.
That's like with freaking Last of Us 2 when they make us play with as Abby. It's like we hate her. Why you want like
Why?
yeah, we don't want to play as this dumb character that killed one of our favorite characters. I don't understand
other-
that. I mean,
the
it's not the
other
same
interesting-
thing, but it's just reminded me of it.
The other interesting thing about this is that if you paid $111, you got like a few days early access to it. The game was corrupted. NPCs weren't spawning in, and so you couldn't complete the game. So in a
Yeah.
day one patch, they fixed it.
For
They didn't
PS5.
they didn't give the early access people the day one patch. They gave them an older version, which was bugs, and you couldn't complete it. And they didn't even bother to try and fix it. Instead, you got to start again. So you paid $111 for the privilege of having your entire game data wiped.
Wow.
You PS5 players.
And this was another. This was a
This
short
is
clip. It was
hilarious.
this was funny.
This
Yeah,
is
I think he
brass-looking
gets fired through the
Ubisoft's done a
roof.
really, really good job, by the way.
Never mind.
Oh no, that's
He
a
was
different one.
totally praising it till that moment.
This reminds me. What was the last one with the red-haired guy? The last game that came out before this. I think it was the one before this. I didn't play it, but I remember watching people play it, and there was one part where you're inside of a cave, but then you look up and it's just like white, like unfinished, and I'm like that completely takes you out of the game. Like that's not immersive at all. You're supposed to be in this cave, but then there's just white up there that's like not cave. It should be done.
I
Like they couldn't at
remember.
least make it like black to make it look like you can't see, like it's a deep cave or something. You know what I mean? It's just lazy.
There was another clip of this they played on FNT where he's just going along a cave on a bike. And, like he hits a wall and it just fires him through the roof. He gets stuck in the geometry and then he gets fired through the floor of the world above him because he's in like an underground cave. So he literally gets fired through the entire map.
I haven't played that far clearly. Oh my god.
Like it just seems to be the bikes. There's something about the bikes which is
Well,
not
t-
right.
So when I played in the part where you're on the bike, you actually hit spots where you couldn't go past, like it said like end of the map, return to your blah 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 part, otherwise you will die. I hated that. So how open world is this game? Not very much.
But this
No,
whole thing,
it's
it's like when
awful.
people are like, well, okay, so she's ugly, is that going to ruin the game for you? It's like, you don't understand. If you make an
That's
ugly
just
character...
one aspect.
Yeah, but it's the sign. It's the canary dead. And it means that everything else in the game is dead as well. If you can't make if you are so incompetent or so ideologically possessed that you think people want to play an ugly woman, then the rest of your game will also be awful because you are entirely incompetent or deliberately, intentionally awful at your job. They won't have hired the best people because the best people would never have done that, and so you've hired a load of incompetent reasons for other things than their merit. So your game sucks.
It's actually really weird. So I actually talked to like a normie friend that actually really liked the game, and then I was like, "What did you like about it?" They're like, "It's a fun, pretty looking game," and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Okay, so what else did you like about it?" And they couldn't figure out what else.
Yeah,
to
but it's
say.
like, what specifically?
Yeah,
And you're like,
which
"No,
is
I-
why.
I just had a general feeling that I enjoyed it, and that's literally as far as it goes.
Well, and exactly. I'm like, I could play so many other games that have the essence of this game. And like as much as Cyberpunk had bad issues with it, I enjoy that way more than this game per se. So hi, Dev.
Hi, Dev. Oh, so you got so the PS5 people.
No, it's fine now. It was the day one
Okay.
patch. As long as you
Okay.
had the day one patch, you were okay. It was the people that paid extra to get the early access that got screwed
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
So whether it was with the Ubisoft Premium Plus or you paid the
He's in
140
Scotland. They're everywhere.
is what like
That-
it sucks. I played
That was Drinker's joke when he was on about the orcs and the baby child.
What?
In his video, he said something along the lines of, "Oh, I can't remember whether it was on his live stream," but he said, "You know, so she goes along to this like really ugly orc woman, still better than any of the women in Scotland, but you know, it was just like carried on." It's like up here she'd be a looker, but for an orc.
Hey, I mean, I don't know about Scottish women.
I don't
I don't know
either.
many Scottish women.
Oh,
Okay.
well, there you go. He says they're unpleasant.
Wow.
No,
Is it just looks or personality, Ian? I have to know.
we gotta know.
Look, hey, just remember, something had to drive the men to drink.
Let's do. I'm gonna do a couple super chats, and then we're going to react to this Amanda's video.
Discourse.
Justin, thank you for the for the 5. Disbrew, will you do live streams or gaming streams on your channel, or do you even have time to? I know, does he? He doesn't even sleep.
Time to at the moment. I've still got 2 videos to do. Releasing 3 episodes of Rings of Power was awful. A lot of the problem just comes down to like energy. It's like if you make videos and stuff and you do the things, and then you kind of like you want to play games for a break rather than continue to be
Playing
entertaining
games
during it.
during a live stream is different from playing off stream. Like I can
Yeah.
play Wukong so much better off stream than on stream.
Oh yeah, because your attention is split. But also
Yeah.
like different games. Like I could play like a turn-based strategy game offline. It's fine. You play it on a stream. It's like it's weird.
So
Like, what-
distracting.
Well, no, like a turn-based strategy game. It's not really stream material. Like barely anything is happening. But it's interesting to think about. Or like First Descendant. Like I use First Descendant as a turn your brain off kind of game, but streaming it, be like, why are you even doing this? You are literally just randomly grinding something for absolutely no reason whatsoever. It's like, yeah, but that's kind of the point. It's just relaxing. So I don't know. It's
Depends on the type of streamer you are, and that's fine either way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure will. Like I love watching you play like Helldivers, because when we didn't hear you, you were telling your very thoughts to the stream, and that was like a
They're
different
ignoring me
aspect.
again. They're ignoring me again. Jason, thank you for another Australian 5. It's 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit in Brisbane, Australia today. I am wearing a muscle top and board shorts. That's hot. It's not even. Let's see.
Did
What
you
is it?
say Jason's hot or it's hot?
There. Oh, for some reason my weather's not showing up.
Nah, that is warm because like I would be a little
Fahrenheit.
sweaty with that.
It's actually pretty cool for this time. It's night though, 79 in Florida at the moment. Not
I'm
too
at
bad.
18 Celsius, whatever that is, and
I
We
like
never know.
18. 18 is what I'd set like AC to.
I
Ian,
know.
thank you for- she's
18's
been
a
there.
nice temperature.
Thank you for another 50, Ian. I have nothing to say. I just want to add to Wicked's mounting super chat panic.
Hey, which is so true.
Oh no, I can see
I'll
him
look at
mounting
you
up.
like-
And we just keep talking, and she could just see the list growing and growing and
I'm
Can
like-
we
growing.
bring up Rings of Power again at this point?
Mhm.
We'll never get to the Amandla stuff. All right, one more, and then Amandla, and then we will. No, we'll do a couple more. I see. Hold on. Old Renaissance Super, thank you for the 5. The most
It
popular
works,
man in the
Ian.
nudist
You've
colony.
already got us like fumbling
one-
around. Should I
Shit,
do
you
one or
saw
two?
the
I'm not even sure
discourse.
anymore.
You did. The one who has a cup of coffee in each hand and can still carry a dozen donuts. Wait, oh. It's a
Mhm.
joke. The most popular man in the nudist colony. The one who has a cup of coffee in each hand and can still carry a dozen
Yeah.
donuts. That took me a second.
He's got like Blackpool Pier
Thank you.
tattooed on it, like life size.
Mark, thank you for 2 extra girl, you little drank. I don't know
It's
this one.
just
Can
the
you
blue
read this?
hair.
It's just the blue hair.
I am
Taking
so
over.
woke you can't tell if I'm drunk.
Makes her act out.
For $2, what the heck? Dungeon Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy.
Maybe the L was an accident. Got it. Sneaky
Dungeon Daddy.
Dungeon
Sneaky
Daddy.
Stingy, thank you for being a member for 2 months.
Just like beside himself.
He
I
loves
love
it. He loves it. Got me a saucy tank. Stayed
Well, the
sober
thing is, I
tonight. Won't do
can't
that
hear it.
again anytime soon. Thank
I
you,
can't
Sneaky.
hear it unless I specifically do it. So I just heard X-ray, and it was the watch where
Daddy. And it like went on for ages, like way longer than I expected.
And
What,
thank you
Mike?
for gifting 5 memberships.
Thank you, Steve.
Saucy.
Why
What
is
did
Mike
Mike
talking
say?
about butt stuff in the chat?
Again,
He's probably
still?
talking like it's a 3 whole day. Yeah.
Oh,
Paint the
so
town
what's the 3
red.
holes? Oh,
I showed them the bit of the clip that I could without like feeling
I
bad.
know what the 3 holes are now.
All right, here we
Mhm.
go, guys. You ready?
Every hole's a goal.
Get ready with me, Amandla.
Oh God, skip like at least the first 50 seconds, please.
Okay.
The 50, 50, 50, 50. Keep going, keep going, keep
Oh,
going.
just black.
He's like,
hold on.
more. So it's just like we could skip
Can
at
I
least 8
say-
minutes
I'm
of this.
transparent and say that it's not a huge shock for me.
It wasn't
Of
for
course, I
me either.
live in the bubble of my own reality, but for
See,
those
that
who aren't aware,
that
there's
shows you
been-
everything that you need to know about her. I'm in the bubble of my own reality. She cannot
She doesn't
perceive
care.
another person's perspective. The way she sees the world is everyone is in their own little bubble, their own little universe, with their own reality and their own truth. Because she can't actually understand that there is a reality when you all live in it and you all have a shared perspective. She can't imagine somebody else's perspective.
Well,
Only her
and-
own mind.
To put that on top of that, like she's lived such a privileged life, like being part of a really good family, 2 mom and dad households. She's forgotten that she's Swedish for the power for dad or whatever, and that she lives
Danish.
with Danish thing. Like
Oh, here we go.
not the unwealthiest human beings. Like you
Oh no, they were rich. She went to a.
They're
I think
rich.
I think she said a private school. There's a
Like-
clip of her going. There was this world and language of like wealth and whiteness and privilege that I had to
I mean-
learn and adapt to. It's like you were raised in it. You didn't adapt to
Like-
anything. This is who you are.
She has said that her mom was able to bring her to a bunch of auditions. I'm sorry if that doesn't say that you're privileged. That I do not know because like my mom like has like dropped everything that she could for me to go to a bunch of like our hobbies, like swimming, karate, all this, and I know what she went through, and they didn't come from a place of privilege with money. So if you come with money, like I know what she's probably been through in that sense.
I'm pretty sure in one of the interviews it said her career started when she was doing Disney stuff at age 4.
Age
So-
4.
She won't even remember it. Like that's how long she's been in the industry.
Like, that's
she's
the wild
always
part.
been this.
You hear
She's
like
privileged.
some
Mhm.
celebrities talking like, that did stuff when they were kids and they would talk about the struggle of like just being able to go to auditions and affording it. Like, oh, my mom had to work an extra job. She had to this or that. Like my dad had to take off and like we were struggling. I hear a lot of stories like that because all these podcasts now with celebrities going on them and stuff. So yeah, that's very privileged that she was able to go to a bunch of auditions. And you said private school? This Bruce, she's
Yeah.
in private
Okay,
school.
if
Yeah.
she went
I
to
can't-
private school,
think
I'm
she
sorry,
said, like,
that's
an
like 10
American thing.
grand a year at least.
I
Yeah.
can't remember whether it said private or prep or something like that, but it was essentially a private school in English terminology.
10 grand at least.
a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept and when no one
Pause
had
that.
Because of what you were saying, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem. You brought out that this is an all-female show. What are people supposed to react to that? Star Wars isn't all-female. They have
was-
females.
Yeah,
It
but
was
it's not
Star
all.
Wars is very patriarchal. There's no good and evil. This is going to be a woman-centered world with a woman-centered figure, a powerful leader. Yes, yes. Like, that was just Star Wars Celebration. And I think Ryan was saying, even before that, Leslie Headland was kicking off. Because there were interviews with Amandla and Leslie Headland where they were talking about, I think it was Frozen, and how Frozen is queer-coded. And so what she wanted to make was a queer-coded show that could be shown to children.
Queer coded
Around their family, but they would also be able to identify it with them themselves. Yeah, and because she kept talking about how that was Frozen was that, and that was her inspiration. And then
Frozen, was
later,
that why? Because Elsa's not with a guy.
I don't know. I've never watched Frozen.
I've seen the
Um,
first one, and I don't honestly. I didn't. The hype
it queer
didn't hit
coded?
me.
I
I
tried
don't
to
think
buy.
so.
I tried to buy like the DVD once, but I just couldn't get it home. I kept letting it go.
Let it
Oh
go.
my god.
Yeah, Amanda, let it freaking go. Like the
That's
show itself, like
ridiculous.
Disney. But like that's the funny part is like she thought that like people were attacking her. No, the show pretty much revealed itself before the show came out on what it was about. And
Yeah,
it
the
wasn't for
agenda.
OG Star Wars fans. And I mean, I'm not an OG Star Wars fan in that sense, but I could tell the writing on the wall.
Yeah. No, the thing
Well, I
is,
don't understand.
they're just like they don't want to talk about why people were actually mad about it too. They took, especially after seeing what they did with it. I didn't watch it, but I watched videos and heard enough because I had no interest in it. But they're taking what OG fans or just fans of the original, you have to have been a fan when it first came out. You know, there's new fans to Star Wars, the old stuff, the good stuff, but you're taking it and you're changing the story. And that's what people were mad. Yeah, that's what people are mad about. It's like they don't care that you're a girl or that it's about girls. Like if you wanted to make if she wanted to make this story, it didn't have to be Star Wars. She could have done some witch show. There you go. Cool. Maybe it would appeal to another audience that's not Star Wars fans.
Well,
It's
that's
just
what
so
they, no, that's what it is. The Acolyte did appeal to an audience that aren't Star Wars fans. That's why no one watched it, because they're off watching something else that isn't Star Wars. Their mistake was they thought they could get this audience that watches like Twilight and Cinderella, you know, like Shad.
Vampire
right? They thought they could
Diaries.
get him into watching the Acolyte. Yeah.
Don't you put Cinderella with Twilight, okay?
Oh, it's all based around shipping.
I'll put Vampire Diaries with this. Like, I love Vampire Diaries. I love
like
the
Vampire
originals.
Diaries.
I love the whole world. It felt like that, but a very bad version of it.
Oh yeah,
Because
the acting was not good in this.
it's not even about the acting, it's about the content. Like, I love shipping, the idea of shipping two characters to come together and go into a relationship, but I wouldn't think about that with Star Wars. It's not the motivation of me wanting to watch
That's because Star Wars is a
whatsoever.
male property, whereas that's a female instinct to
Absolutely.
ship things. But
Yeah.
that's the whole point. There is an audience for the Acolyte. They did make a show for an audience that would like it. Just that audience doesn't care about Star Wars. They don't care
Yeah.
about men swinging lightsabers and blaster bolts at things. They're watching Bridgerton. Like, if you made this show and you just had them all in fancy houses wearing dresses and they danced occasionally in
Or
song,
vampires.
the Acolyte would have been incredibly successful. Like, the same story put in a different universe and a different IP would have worked, because then you would have got the audience. But they think they can make everything this. And it's because Kathleen Kennedy has no place being in charge of Star Wars. Leslie
No.
had no place. Amandla Stenberg, no
Absolutely
place
not.
No.
in it. Because they make shows for them. But they don't, they're not the people that like Star Wars. So,
They should be
like,
on CW making their
Which,
whatever
I mean,
shows.
CW didn't
CW
do
did
very
it better
well.
than the Acolyte did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Because
And that's
Vampire
just
Diaries
not-
is
CW talked about
CW. Ugh.
CW
Yeah, no,
talked
I
about
like
at
some
least
CW
actual
shows.
emotions and interpersonal relationships. The Acolyte couldn't even do that properly.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Well,
so they're
let's-
caught between like a rock and another rock and trying to make a show for both rocks, and they did not do it
Well,
correctly.
I don't think they're trying to make a thing for both rocks at all. I think it went hyper specifically after like the Bridgerton audience. I don't think
they
it
made it
tried
Star
to
Wars
appeal
and it
to
was
like
Under the
the
guise of the
male
other
Star
rock.
Wars demographic at all.
yeah.
And that's when we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice, hatred, and hateful language towards us.
You don't like the show because we're women and you're raised.
She-
That's I don't understand how they don't like catch. I mean, it's got to be on purpose at this point, but maybe not. Maybe they're just that stupid. I remember
I think
growing
she's
up
that
when
stupid.
we like if
She
fans
is. She
didn't like
couldn't grasp the English
something,
language.
if fans didn't like something, they would change it. If it was like a show, I remember polls used to come out. Like, here's an example. Like for Boy Meets World, I think it was Boy Meets World. They did a poll. It was like there was no internet stuff yet, then not as big as it is now. But they asked the fans if they wanted to see Corey and Topanga get married because they wanted the fans' input on it. And if the fans would have said no, they would have changed it. Like they actually. It's so crazy to think that they used to actually cater to fans that were watching this stuff. Now, if you don't like it, you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're this and that. And it's just so ridiculous to me. Like, just make good content. make something that's worth watching, and maybe people will stop complaining so much about it.
Lots of shows have had this, where I can't remember what it was. It was like some CIA show. Well, I think Alias even had this and all kinds of stuff, where they'll have like the main bulk of the episode and they'll do all the spy stuff, the action stuff, they'll do all the intrigue and everything. And then like just towards the end, there'll be like maybe 2 or 3 minutes where there's just like emotions in hallways. They talk about something. Supernatural did it. At the end of every hunting thing, there was always that scene in the car where the brothers spoke about their feelings and then the thing ended. And I think they even joked about it at one point, said the fans will lose it if they do that. But I think that's all it needs, because that's all the way. It's like, that's how shallow these people are. That's literally all they need, because they probably don't even comprehend the rest of the episode anyway. But you can't build an entire episode out of something so shallow, because then it just all appears shallow, and it appears to a very few amount of people. So this stuff used to be in TV shows, but it was done as an afterthought. It's like, those people want it, we'll just stick it in anyway.
Yeah,
But
it wasn't the whole
build an IP on it.
identity. Yeah, like their whole identity. Like we've said this before, but in the 90s, there were shows that had, gay people, and there was definitely, it wasn't like there's only white people in shows too. Plenty of mixed, diverse stuff
That's an
going on.
American hang-up.
Even before the 90s, though, like in the 80s, like it's been a thing. So nowadays, to just call it like, oh, you don't like this because the lead's black or because the lead's a woman, that's such bull, and it's so
She's
ridiculous.
Danish. Who hates the Danish?
She's Danish.
I love
Come on.
Danishes. Cherry cheese Danish is great, but I think the big problem is, at least in most shows and most games that I've played recently, I cannot root for the main character because you didn't make me like the main character. Your only reasons for me liking this main character is their color, their sexuality. Like, I can't root for someone just based on that. Give me some
that's what it's-
characteristics.
like,
Characterize your characters. It's ridiculous.
When nobody gets mad, and they never want to point this out, even recently, if something comes out and there's like a trans character or like a gay character or whatever, if that's not their whole identity, if their whole character isn't based around that, it's like they just are, but we're not really focusing on it, and they have good writing and their character is just an interesting character to watch. Nobody's hating on that, but they never want to talk about that. So immediately, like this, she's a black woman, so that's why they don't like the show. No,
Well,
that's not why. So stupid.
Remember, the Acolyte started off and it had one sister good, one sister evil. And you're like, oh, okay. So either the good one will win or both of them will end up good. No, both of them ended up evil. They ended up murdering her teacher. All of her friends died and she got with the one that killed them all. And I still remember the Collider interview where she goes, it's so amazing. I couldn't believe Sol did that to you. Even when you were killing him, even when you were strangling the life out of his throat, he still couldn't let you do it. He couldn't let you have a decent, satisfying kill. He had to say, I understand. This is benign sexism. And I'm like, you're the problem. That ideology.
That is a problem, to look at that death scene. Like, if I looked at,
he couldn't even let you kill him, right?
Soul was like,
he was saying this because he wouldn't let you kill him in a satisfying manner.
Soul was like, I'm so subservient to your womanism that I'll let you kill me. And of course, I see that as a problem.
Yeah, it was basically, you didn't suffer enough for my pleasure.
Yeah, so here's more suffering. My suffering for you. I'll serve it on a platter. And for her, it still wasn't enough.
But what the thing about what she did, right, and you see this all the time, they just start listing words, because to them, words are magic spells, so I've used this word, now you have to shut up, right? So they think if they just add more words, it gets more powerful. So I've called you this slur, this slur, this slur. That's not how the English language works. It is far more impactful if I call you a small-minded, diminutive little woman than if I just start listing things for 30 seconds. It is far more powerful just to be like, I wake up every day glad I'm not you, than like just say all this other stuff. You all these phobias. I
mean, I would understand that if she had a reactive way to kill him because he said mean things to her versus just kill me. What? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Not even a good sacrifice.
That's the only episode I watched, and I was just like, it was so. I'm like, this is the finale. Like, no wonder it didn't get renewed. The finale was so lackluster. I know I wasn't following the story, but I watched Dispro's videos, seen enough stuff on Twitter to get the gist of what was going on with this show, and I was just like, what even is this?
But her acting in that scene was incredible, because it was
It was the same as her other acting skills.
It's for-
She was happy, upset, and all that all at once.
Yeah, I mean, it was a mix of stoic and constipated.
Bravo. She should get an Oscar for that one.
I think she
but yeah,
showed
this-
more range in this video than she
Yeah,
did
yeah,
on
ironically, yeah.
Acolyte.
And in a dance
And,
track.
this
That's it. Coming back to what I had said before about, trying to cater to the fans, which I don't know, makes sense because the fans kind of like give you money, but I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. It's the fact that they blame fans now. It's like, how dare you not like our show? You're the problem. Like, you didn't like it. That kind of thinking is so retarded.
What was the Charlie's Angels title? Like, this show was not made for you.
Yeah.
Why didn't you watch the show?
Well, that's the point, right? Generally, whenever you say anything, there's a reason, right? There's a point you're trying to get. There's something you're trying to achieve. And so you like this is there's a whole thing in writing where the answer is like, so what? Okay, so tomatoes are red, but so what? Does that tell the reader anything? If not, you should remove it because it's pointless information. So when she goes like, the audience is toxic, it's like, yeah, but what do you want to happen from that? You're insulting the audience, but what is the result that you want to achieve? Because it's not going to get them to watch the show. So what are you doing? And the only conclusion I can come up with is it's her way of like essentially protecting her ego. My show failed, and so if I blame the audience, it means it's not my fault. So that saves me. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't save your career. It doesn't save Disney. It doesn't save any money. All you're doing is protecting yourself and your own self-esteem.
That's all she cares about, though, is herself.
Yeah. Well, this is why when she said, when it's so eye-opening when she said, I live in a bubble of my own reality. It's literally, I'm a self-enclosed being in my own world, and I literally can't comprehend anything outside my own brain.
This is what happens.
She's the epitome of small-minded, like, solipsism.
She's small-minded.
This is what happens when you grow up on the internet and you get like, you start reading, get all like frothing at the mouth when someone disagrees with you or doesn't like something that you like. I've never understood that. Like when people get so offended if you don't like something they like, or you dislike something like, or you like something they
You don't
dislike.
like coupling.
I didn't say that. I know, right? And people joke about it, but it's like if like I don't like something, like when I say I'm not into Harry Potter, and I know some people are probably joking, but they're like, oh, Blad's probably so mad. I'm like, she doesn't care.
Read another
actually.
book. That's my only thing. If you've read 2 different series, fair enough. But if Harry Potter are the only books you've ever read, and you're a massive Harry Potter, that's a problem.
You need to. Well, I think that
Read another
people
book.
literally put the show as their identity. They're like, this is who I am truly, because as they say, you could put yourself in this character since you're a black, non-binary, all those trans, whatever.
No, she's been everything.
category.
No, nobody knows what she is. There's literally on her Wikipedia page, it lists out what she was at different times, and at one point she changes it like 3 times in 6 months.
Yeah,
Like,
but they get offended.
It's not serious.
No, they get offended because that's why, like, they feel like you've just dissed them because they put their.
I'm European.
In that
It's
shoe.
my job to offend the Danish. It's my job to offend all of Europe.
She probably doesn't like. She probably doesn't consider herself Danish.
Why do you think I
No.
keep calling her Danish?
Because he wants to offend her.
It's
and
the half of her.
great.
that
Hello,
she wishes
American
she wa-
Wicked.
It's the
Hey.
half of her that she is so ashamed of she never mentions it because it doesn't get her anything. It doesn't give her any privilege points. It doesn't make her a victim, and so she never talks about it.
Because
which is
she
why I
never
talk
gets
about
anything from saying she's Danish, so she'd rather lean onto the other side of her. Trust me, if I could just say I'm Asian, I get everything, I would totally do it. But it's not the case.
Sorry,
Wow.
that made me laugh. I'm sorry.
it. That's why she married him.
Is there
really
anything
affected me when
more
I
word-
first
Oh,
I
got
can't hear you
the
with the video
job.
on. Sorry.
Because it's just not something, even though I anticipated
Yeah, there's like a
it
high-pitched
happening,
whining noise.
it's not something you
Yeah, I
can
can't hear
feel
you.
as
Whatever
someone
you said,
personally
Wicked.
until it's happening to you.
What?
Yeah,
You
it's
said
like
something.
there's like this grating,
No, it
whining,
wasn't
pitching
important.
noise that overrides you.
There was a section where she calls the fans hateful, blah blah blah. I think we basically got all of it. And there's one where she basically licks Leslie Headland up the a-hole.
Yeah,
she's
that
like-
part where she's like, love her, and like,
Oh my
Mhm.
god, she's
That's
like my
right at the end.
bitch.
That's my
Mhm.
ride or die. We're gonna do so much more together. She didn't say that, but
Oh my god, that's a
go on.
great thumbnail picture.
Oh wait, I
Oh,
which
yeah,
one?
no, there's
It
Chris
does
Gores. Chris Gores is wild.
even at a certain point. A lot about my
I think I missed it. It's not a bad one
That's
either.
okay. I mean, God, I feel like we've seen
That's a
enough of
good one.
this.
Yeah, we've seen enough. She's
Just pull up
What do you
Film
want?
Threats channel and just look at this the thumbnail
Oh
he
my
made for
god.
it.
okay. Hold on.
And
Chris
he
Gore is
got
probably drunk at Dragon Con right now.
he got a
so-
great one.
People told me
I
to
did
go
put-
to that. It's not that far from me. I mean, it's far enough, but it's Georgia, right? It's in Atlanta. It's not that far
I don't
from
know.
Florida. Oh, showing him live right now. He looks so drunk. Okay, where's the?
In the videos tab, second row. It's not the video. It's just like pull up the videos thing so you can. I put it in the private chat.
Oh, you did. Sorry. Okay. Oh, I'm on there. Stupid.
It's
Second.
just
Oh,
with all the thumbnails.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I
it's
see it.
literally
I'm
the
just gonna-
screenshot he pulled from the video.
hold on. Let me present.
I mean, yeah, don't mouse over it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my
It's
god.
like, that is an incredible clip.
Thank
Oh.
you, Chris Gore, for this thumbnail. That was amazing.
There you go. I went.
It's
That's like not
definitely a
clue.
POV.
It's a good one.
Holy crap.
Wow. Well, let's get to more of these super chats now. That was all right, Jason, thank you for another 5. When I was a kid, I had a big rock stab deep into my left leg, just below my knee. I had to wait 40 minutes in the waiting room before being treated. Ouch.
You know what? 40 minutes is a blessing because, like,
Sometimes you wait
waiting
hours and
times
hours.
is, like,
You'd
8 hours.
always wait hours here now.
40
It's
minutes is
wild.
great. So be blessed on that.
Hero Kami for 5. Karen Gillian from Guardians and Doctor Who.
I'm not sure
I
what that's in
just
reference
did,
to. It's
me
just like
neither.
naming his favorite women.
Maybe.
More women in media.
That is a funny.
Oh,
it is,
yeah.
I think it's in the first episode she's in, or like where she's going on to the doctor and he's like, "Oh no, no, no," and he's like backing away from her, and she's just like aggressively coming on to him.
Wait, which doctor was this?
Matt Smith.
Oh, he was
Wow.
referencing a good-looking Scottish chick. Oh, is she Scottish? Yeah,
Oh, I
are you
didn't
okay?
know. She's ginger. I should have known.
Okay.
We love a good ginger. By the way, in Dustborne, the evil character is a ginger. It's so on the nose.
So on the
There
nose.
is. I posted on Twitter the other day. I don't know any kind of like woke ideological reasons why they hate gingers. I've never heard it mentioned. There's definitely something to it though. They
There
have
is. They hate
specifically something
gingers.
against gingers.
It's because blonde and blue eyes is very rare, but even more rare are the gingers. So-
I did put that. I was like, maybe it's just envious of recessive genes they could never have.
Yeah. But I don't know. Mary Jane
Maybe.
was probably the most prominent ginger that I know of, unless you could top that. I don't know.
Well, there's loads. That like people keep adding to. There's a screenshot of like all the gingers that have been
Oh,
replaced.
yeah. April
And it just keeps getting
from
longer and longer. And
Ninja
it's
Turtles.
like every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
there's a
they
lot.
get really hurt.
Yeah.
They get hurt.
hurt.
Reset the cripple for 5. Thank you for another 5. The people that can talk through their thought processes really well are the only people good at turn-based strategy streaming.
Huh.
Yeah, I just.
It's not
I think
me.
There's enough. Kind of
Not
going on.
me either.
It's like it's not so much turn-based strategy that I was thinking of. I was thinking of things like Factorio, RimWorld. Those are the kind of games that I can't play because it would destroy my life because I just play them all the time. Those are the kind of turn-based kind of things that I'd play. It's more like real-time but turn-based, like Baldur's Gate 2 and all that kind of stuff. I think
Xander's
first-person shooters do better.
rants for 199. Thank you. Did Fed get it from D&D podcast Dungeons and Daddies?
What he apparently made it up.
You know what? He was
Along
supposed
with a
to
few other
send me
clips I've got.
shorts that said Dungeon Daddy on it, and he didn't. I'm
Aw.
offended.
I'm offended.
I want those shorts. I
Oh,
said
it's
I'd wear them.
Carlos, thank you for another 5. She would wear them. Being based all the time is very draining. Stepdad, make sure you get a lot of sleep.
I don't get a lot of sleep. It's
He doesn't.
I try.
We
it just
actually-
fails.
We question whether Disbrew actually sleeps.
At all.
My issue is when I wake up, I struggle to sleep again. Which is why I've said before on like recharge days, I just stay in bed and like watch anime or like Korean shows and stuff.
Sometimes you need to do
for, like,
that. You need to recharge.
You
for
do.
most of the things.
A day
yeah,
off.
so then I like because if I stay in bed and do something for a couple, like watch TV shows for a couple of hours, I'll fall asleep again. But I kind of have to do that to actually get a proper night's rest.
I'm taking off my
Jason?
wig.
Yeah, you kept it on for most of the stream. Thank you for another 5. Amandla Stenberg, you don't the Acolyte. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, my hair is more important. Besides, Disney will hire me. They're so fetch.
Stop making fetch happen. Oh my god.
It's not going to happen. Slosher, oh, it's storming over here. Thank you for a Canadian, another Canadian too. What can fans do against such reckless rage bait?
The
Make
same
fun
thing
of
we
it.
do every night, Pinky.
Yes.
Take the piss.
Yeah. Just make fun of it.
That's like his favorite thing now. Same thing we do every night. Sasha, thank you for another 2. Ride out and meme them. Meme them until they cry. Exactly. Exactly.
Because they take themselves so seriously. Because to them, like this is like a significant ideology. They are the brand new people changing the world. We are the Zoomers of Earth that will march into the future and save it. And it's like, no, you're all deluded, small-minded, insignificant nobodies.
He does just power down in that chair. I'm convinced. That's why he keeps the desk milk right there. So that when he wakes up, he can just.
I have been known to fall asleep in the chair.
I've fallen asleep in my chair
Have
before.
you fallen asleep on stream before?
No, Mike has.
I know
you
some
fell
people
asleep
that have.
in D&D. I think you were there.
I do
Do you remember his camera just went off and he said, I turned my camera off because I knew I was falling asleep. And so
we're
he
like,
just,
what happened to Mike?
Yeah, like
You
he came
start
back like
hearing
an hour later or
snores.
something in the stream. But no, I've fallen asleep in the chair and just like rested my forehead
Damn
on
right,
the mouse
no.
pad.
I reckon she loves Leslie because Leslie took her to the casting couch.
No, it's
Dang.
actually so true. Like the way she talks about Leslie is just, it feels like she's my bitch. Like we get each other so much. And I'm thinking, like, okay. I mean, she obviously
other
has a
what?
wife. She's like made this role for Amandla, who, by the way, I found out she was Rue in Hunger Games.
Yes.
And that killed me. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I knew that.
Killed me.
Yeah.
So sad because I really like Rue. But then I was like, you know what? It wasn't her that made the role. It was Katniss when she cried when Rue died. So F that, Amandla. I don't know where I was going with this, but yeah, she there's something happened between those two, I bet.
I just find that it's very coincidental that for Hollywood, a lot, if not all, of their beliefs are like, you would be really moral if you gave me some more money. And so the female directors are like, oh, we just need more female directors. Like the older female directors are like, there isn't many directing roles for like older women nowadays. The younger women are like, why are you giving them all the roles? There is no roles for younger women in Hollywood nowadays. There just always seems to be, if you give me more money, you will be a moral person. And so I think it's that. Like Leslie Headland gave her millions of dollars. If Leslie Headland gave me loads of like millions of dollars, I would be singing her praises from the rooftops. I'd be like, she's absolutely amazing. I like, if you want, if there was going to be a really dark Harvey Weinstein joke there.
He just had to stop
I
himself.
was like, I played it out. I'm like, no. my brain like played out that it's like, no, you can't.
Don't do it. You're in Britain. You might get arrested.
Oh no, I can insult Harvey Weinstein. He's a man.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's a man. When he says that, it makes me think of Austin Powers.
Austin
That's
Powers?
a man,
That's
baby.
a man, baby.
That's a man.
Gary Thomas, thank you for the 5. I don't know why they hate gingers.
Molly.
The reason I heard for this race swaps in media is if you rearrange the letters, you get another bad word.
Mhm.
Oh, that took me a second. Rearrange the
That's
words.
not why, but it
I
is
was gonna
funny.
say, I
Letters,
don't
but no, he's
say it, but you know,
Yeah,
it's
it's
reaching a little bit.
it's the recessive genes, and it's like
The rarity.
there's
Because,
a
like,
reason why there's lots of gingers in Scotland. It's because nobody else goes to Scotland, and so the Scottish just bred, and so the recessive genes.
they
still-
bred.
Yeah,
Oh, they did. They
Yeah.
did.
Duffy,
like even the Romans got to
100%.
Scotland and like, no, just wall them off.
Damn.
Thank you, Toby. Sergeant Curtis Shells for $9.99. Hello there. Hello.
Hello.
Thank
there.
you for the $9.99.
Thank
Hello
you,
there.
Sergeant
Thank
Curtis.
you.
I'm getting fashion advice from Holy F. I love it. It's probably true.
Oh, you look fine. It's okay. We just got to get you back to Florida so you can tan a little bit more.
I know, I'm so white.
It's okay. All right, so
Amandla Stenberg will hate you.
I know. Well, that's why they call Asians white adjacent.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh
They
my
hate
god! Yeah.
They hate competence.
Here, you read this
That's
one
why
just
she
Drew.
disowns the Danish half.
Thank you for the 50, Ian. You read this one just Drew. Whenever you say
Bye, you deeks.
Bye, Deke.
it. Bye, Ian.
Deke so forth.
What do you? So tomorrow's your busy day, right? What do you got going on, X-Ray?
I hope I fix my internet by then.
Oh yeah, you can't
'cause
do all your like stuff from there. Probably you can do some.
So does
Uh,
Wi-Fi not reach down there? Is that your problem?
It reaches, but it's not.
It's
like,
her
great,
hard white,
because
right?
it's-
Your plug. You
it's-
said the
it's
connection.
through a floor and then like at least 2 to 3 rooms like between, like because this is kind of like semi middle of the house, but on one side, but the where my room is that streams is like in the other corner, so
Yeah,
the
you'd
Wi-Fi
need
is not
like
strong.
I don't know whether you have any around. Like you can get where they send the electric signal over like the internet signal over the electrics.
Extender. So I gotta just figure out if it's which wire it is. Is it one of the wires isolated between the modem or whatever? You know, like testing all that out. So that's my problem. I don't know. Art, maybe in the morning, Sunday Funday, maybe. I don't know. If not,
Hopefully.
I'll be on Nerdrotic Live for Forbidden Frontier.
Okay, and you've got how many videos coming out this week? Just Rude. Is it just one you're working on right now? Acolyte one? Oh, Rings of Power too, right? So
I was supposed to do the Acolyte video today, then Rings of Power tomorrow. But I don't know what order it's going to come out now. I'm probably still going to do the Acolyte video tomorrow, and then Rings of Power on Monday.
Okay.
Them releasing 3 episodes was hell. I think it was done specifically to target us. I think they hated it. Like, oh, they want more watch. No, I think spite.
Spite.
I think Sauron is like, we need to make them suffer. We need to put them through 3 hours of this.
You know, he didn't make the orcs suffer, so someone has to.
Mm-hmm.
I have. Sorry, and I just got the confirmation. That's why I was checking. My Sunday night Scream stream is gonna finally be back tomorrow. I travel way too much these last 2 months, so it's gonna be back. Spooky Games. I think it's gonna be the Alien Fire Teams. We gotta finish that one. So that's what's going on tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then during the week, I'll be around doing gaming stuff, and that's it.
Love it.
Good for me. I'm gonna send you guys over to I was last week or whatever week it was where I'm just like, I got it already set up. I'm sending you guys over to Project Eggroll. Mark's over there, so go say hi to all the boys.
Yes.
And
I'll come
thank
say
you
hi.
guys. Yeah, I'll say hi too. Yes.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
queen.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Aw,
we
queen.
are out. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Dungeon Daddy.
So yeah.
Hey.